Yo, what's up everybody? Hope you are doing well. Today we are doing some more Umineko episode 5 stuff, and I don't really know what we're going to look at here, but you know, judging by literally the first line, we're probably going to be looking at Natsuhi related stuff. I really wonder, because obviously, you know, last time we actually saw that phone call, oh my god, the phone call that was really interrogating about, you know, Natsuhi and her son. I don't really know how much of that is actually true. If that is true, then my god, that is really quite something. I find it really quite funny that, you know, the witches were refusing to say whether the phone call that was in question was real or fake. Lambda didn't say, so obviously we have a question of, is this really real? But, you know, I think it's obvious to, when, you know, having figured it out, that it definitely is. And, yeah, I really wonder what's actually going to happen regarding Natsuhi, and, yeah, it looks like there's going to be quite a lot on Battler as well. I hope we're going to see some really cool stuff when we just see the murders. We're probably going to see the murders tonight. I don't know, though. It kind of depends. So, yeah, let's begin. Right, the sound of crashing waves. Sound of the tide surging. Noise of the sea breeze. Oh, is this just the list of things you can actually remember? Oh, god, that's awful. Yeah, whenever my headache torments me, these are the sounds that fill my head. Jesus Christ, so whatever, you know, she has actually done here, it's had a lifelong effect on her. Easily. God. That's awful. Yeah, but at the same time, is it deserved, though? What did she do? It kind of depends. Unable to bear a successor. Oh, you know, when melody is being played, stuff is going to be really quite sinister. Yeah, unable to bear a successor. I was in a very difficult position with regards to the Ushidomiya family. Oh yeah, obviously, because we had Natsuhi, you know, being unable to really be accepting in terms of herself as, you know, having fulfilled her duty as a wife because of the fact that she hasn't actually had a kid. It's just such a traditional set of values, but at the same time, you know, so ridiculously brutal values as well. Yeah, whenever I heard of a drug or an incense that could make you achieve pregnancy, I tried it. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but nothing had any effect. Funny that, yeah. Until I was blessed with Jessica 18 years ago. God, yeah, I was ashamed to call myself, to even call myself a wife. That's the horrible thing. Oh. And this is going to be really interesting. Children are created by the efforts of two people and the whims of heaven. What? Yeah, I do find it really quite funny that, you know, Beatrice, obviously, with a lot of magic and spiritual belief, will never ever look at the science. Yeah, and the whims of children created by the efforts of two people and the winds of heaven. It's not fair to place all the blames on yourself. Yeah. God, that's awful. Yeah, I still don't know what caused my inability to become pregnant. I even went to see noted physicians. Oh god. Yeah, I underwent humiliating examinations. That's really weird. Yeah, but I was just always just told that they didn't understand the reason. Could it be something wrong with Kraus? Yeah. Even though quite some time had passed since your marriage, you still couldn't bear a child. I see. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, and I could really see that as an excuse for, you know, tension between Natsuhi and Eva. I see that, yeah. It's only natural that Eva, who secretly aspired to become the successor, would start getting ideas. Yeah, that makes full sense. Yeah, Eva tried to convince father that I was a failure as a successor. What an arsehole, my god. Yeah, but the only thing is, it's just really interesting. With Eva, it's as if, you know, she won't care about anything regarding another person as long as she can have the best, really. It's a really selfish mindset, but at the same time, it gives results. Yeah, it was a time when Kinzo was also very disappointed by my husband's repeated business failures. Yeah, fair, yeah. On the other hand, Eva's husband Hideyoshi's business was growing well, completely the opposite of my own husband's. Oh yeah, I see that. To be fair, now it's going into downfall. And ironically, now Eva and Hideyoshi's business is potentially going into downfall, and Kraus's business has potential to really skyrocket up. He was the only person who could bring father good news. Yeah, so perhaps father couldn't be blamed if he decided to lend an ear to Eva's words. Yeah, or even accept them completely. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, it was all my fault because I couldn't bear a child. Yeah, that's awful, because obviously if Natsuhi hadn't actually if she had bared a child, then, you know, there would have never been an external cause for Eva to take advantage of her situation. But no, I do agree, it's not her fault whatsoever, and she shouldn't blame it on herself. You are sinless.
コウノトリが運んでくるのであろうが。
What is a stork? Is it a bird? Yeah, I swear yeah, that's really interesting. I've seen these birds before. Yeah. Oh, the white stork is a supposed bringer of newborn babies. Yeah, so I'm assuming that's some sort of... Oh, it's a Japanese mythology related thing. Right. That's actually really quite cool. Yeah. I don't think so, Beatrice. It's a little bit more. If anyone is to be judged, blame the stork. Thank you.
いくら当時はまだご健康とはいえ、すでにご高齢の当主様が。
Yeah, however, even though he was still in good health then, the head was already well past his prime. Oh god, yeah.
孫の顔を見たいと思われていたことは想像に難くありません。
Yeah. Even though he was still in good health then, the head was already well past his prime, and it's not hard to imagine that he wanted to see his grandchildren's faces as soon as possible. Yeah, fair. But yeah, of course, yeah. You shouldn't put strain on yourself because of that. Yeah. To be fair, that is true, but not very legally. If he wanted a grandchild, he could have just done what he wanted with that appalling amount of money he had. This is Kinzo, the man who always bragged about how much money could create. Yeah, how money could create anything. I can't tell if Beatrice is saying that, you know, money actually creates a person, which is obviously completely ridiculous, or if money leads to things that can create a person. I hope it's the latter, my god. If he wanted a grandchild, why couldn't he just manage something with that money he was so proud of? Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's awful. Yeah, the head gave up on me when I couldn't bear a child. Yeah, but the only thing is, obviously, it's not how it works. That's not how it works with what Beatrice is saying. The people who are going to bear the successor need to have a child themselves. If it's Kinzo's grandchild that he's got that has no blood relation, why would somebody with as much pride as somebody like Kinzo ever want that? Yeah, and did just that. The head gave to many charities, thinking it would be the duty of anyone in possession of so much money. Yeah. That's good. One among these. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, one among these. An orphanage known as the Hukuin House. Yeah, that is interesting. Oh, right. Had been given especially large donations. Possibly because he had old ties with that place. I do wonder. Yeah, I really do wonder because obviously this is where Kanon and Shannon were born. Well, not born, but, you know, tended to after they were born. So yeah, I do wonder what is actually going on with this place, because I mean, if this has some sort of significance, then what is it, and how does it connect the servants as well? We've got to think about that. That's really quite sweet. Oh, the Hukuin house. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, furniture came from that place quite often. And it's not literal furniture. To provide on-the-job training and preparation for life as a working adult. Yeah, the head employed Hukuin house children with exceptional grades as servants. That's actually really quite interesting, that. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. All of the servants in the mansion with on in their names. Such as Shannon, Kanon, Lunon, Manon, Rayon came from there. Yeah, there were quite a lot of them, weren't there? It's actually really interesting. I do wonder when or if we're going to see, you know, these people who actually could potentially have some sort of significance within the story as servants. Yeah, though most quit after just a few years. By the way, I do think it would have been really quite cool if in, you know, everything after the murders in 1986, in Rokkenjima, in, you know, episode 4, I really would have liked to have seen some of the other servants. I think that could have had potential to maybe make some cool plot-related stuff. Maybe to provide, maybe as one of the servants who was on the island, to provide, like, a really, really clear witness account of, well, obviously they wouldn't have seen the crime on the day, but just, in general, just to provide some sort of description of, I don't know, everything surrounding Rokkenjima, any sort of mysteries, any things they know, their thoughts on the island, stuff like that, really. Stuff that somebody intimate with the environment would know, really. That is actually really quite interesting, that. I mean, I just really, really wonder why something that is on-the-job training and also preparation for life as a working adult also makes it so that the servants have, firstly, you know, correct wavelengths to see magical-related stuff, and they also have swords, and, you know, they literally have abilities to intercept the Giesta sisters because of the fact that they can communicate as if they are quite literally machines. It's so weird. The most quit after just a few years. That's probably because a few years of wages from working here would earn them more than enough money to live on the road. Yeah, that's understandable, yeah. Oh yeah. God, yeah. Experiences as happened for the Ushidomiya family would be a wonderful thing to add to their resume. I don't disagree, but at the same time, if you add something like that to your resume, I mean, how are you going to get a career in anything but hospitality? Which is obviously not what everyone would want. If you do want it though, brilliant. I'm sure it was the head's ambition that they would gain this for themselves and then they would spread their wings in society. Yeah, fair. I see. So, an adopted child. Father. What did you just say? What the fuck? What? You're being serious right now. Except this baby is my grandchild. What? Oh, that is interesting. Why is Natsuhi a murderer though? That still doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, apparently the baby that Kumasawa was trying to soothe didn't like the study area at all. Jeez, I can't believe that. I genuinely can't. Yeah, I kept on crying, upset. My apologies, father. I know. Someone as stubborn as Kinzo has done this. Like, oh, I'm sorry, but how does that make sense? Genuinely. What is it you just... Accept this baby as my grandchild. Yeah. And raise it to be the one who succeeds Kraus. That is interesting that ever since the start has actually occurred and Natsuhi has been able to actually, you know, speak to Kinzo. Kinzo has had a connection to Natsuhi, so much so that, you know, obviously Kinzo's really, really proud of Natsuhi, so much so that he views Natsuhi as somebody who is better than the daughters. But at the same time, this is just because of her dedication to the family, I think. And obviously, you know, the fact that they can talk to each other without Kinzo getting mad as well. I just can't believe this, though, genuinely. So who the fuck were Jessica's parents, though? I mean, obviously she was an adopted child, but still. God. That's right. Yeah, definitely. That's awful. I mean, yeah, it's clear now that you cannot bear children. Yeah. God, said incredibly brutally. Yeah, there must be some sort of defect in your body.
Oh,
Yeah.
yoshi.
Oh God, it's...
Oh, yoshi.
Although she couldn't hear our discussion in the slightest, so I kept on trying to cuddle them. Oh, yeah, that's nice of her. Oh. Yeah, it's made it cry even louder. Yeah, that really is quite
暴言
something.
だな。
Oh, what nonsense.
女の責任だけで子が産めるなら、この世に男など必要ないわ。
Fair enough. If all responsibility of giving birth to children rested with the women, there'd be no need for men of this sort. Fair enough, I don't disagree with that,
あ
no.
の日の悔しさを忘れたことはありません。
Yeah, I've never forgotten the bitter pain I felt that day.
私とて子が欲しくなかったわけがない。
No, but the only thing is obviously you have a child and you have everything that, you know, you have the result, but at the same time you don't actually have the experience from having had a child. So obviously it probably wouldn't really feel as if it's her own child. And this is probably why, you know, this is probably one of the beginnings for the relationship between Natsuhi and Jessica. You know, how it feels so distant, how it's not close whatsoever. It's not as though I didn't want a
でもい
child.
くら祈ろうとも身ごもれないのです。
Yeah, that's awful. Yeah, however, no matter how much I prayed, I couldn't get pregnant.
私の体に原因があるのではないかといくつもの名医を訪ね歩きました。
God. Thinking that something to do with my body might be the cause, I went to see several famous doctors. Famous? I mean, to be fair, they are very, very qualified and they're good at their job. It's obvious because of the fact that they're famous, but still, like,
しかしそれでも
Isn't
い
that
く
a
ら
bit-
努力しても身ごもれなかったのです。
why would you go to famous doctors? Like, isn't that just an absurd amount of money? But at the same time, if you're a stressless Natsuhi, then you really think that she's going to care about stuff like that. She will do anything to get information, genuinely. But even so, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't become pregnant.
その
Yeah,
挙句が
yeah,
こ
definitely.
の仕打ちではな。
And in the end, this was the result.
察するぞ。
I see. The baby had been picked up by the Hukuin house just recently. That's really odd. Yeah, of course, you couldn't help but feel compassion for this child. Oh, Jesus, I know. That's so surprising. Now, and what I find really, really interesting is the fact that Jessica never, ever knew that she was adopted. Genuinely. And that is really interesting. If, you know, people like this have weird birth stories, then, you know, what about Battler? What's his story? I mean, I just wonder if it bears any similarities. Could you imagine if Battler was a Hukuin orphanage house child? And it is interesting that Battler and Jessica, they have very similar birthdays. I swear they're like maybe a month out at the very least. Well, so obviously different parents then, but still. Yeah, that really is awful. Yeah. The thing that sucks about this is not only the fact that... No, I find it really hard to tell. Does Natsuhi actually want a kid? Or does she just want the kid so that she can have a successor? Like, does she want a kid for the feeling of actually raising a kid and obviously bringing a new life into the world and making it grow up? Or does she just want it so that she has somebody to succeed the family with? I don't know. And someone that she'll raise to be the successor that will tend to the family? It's a hard question, actually. The baby had been picked up at the Hukuin house just recently. Of course, you couldn't help but feel compassion for this child who was so young and who... Oh, yeah, seriously, and who had already lost his parents' affection. However, it brought me nothing but pain and sadness. Yeah, fair. Would have been another story if I had suffered to bear this child. But why should I be forced to hold this baby? Yeah, who not only shared none of my blood, but who was not related to my husband in the slightest either. Yeah, that is a fair
お父
question.
様を恨んではいません。
I don't hate father.
もし恨めるのなら、ただ
Fair.
自分の体が恨めしかっ
Yeah, if anything, I hated my
た。
own
憎か
body.
ったんです。
I detested it.
子を宿せぬ我が身がひたすらに憎かっ
That is fair. Yeah, I truly detested my own body for being unable
た。
to
だか
bear
ら
a child.
私は祈りました。
So I prayed.
天使と悪魔の両方に、
I prayed to both angels and demons.
その両方が叶いました。
Yeah, no, I do kind of see that actually, and my wishes were
天使
granted by
に
both.
は何と祈ったか。
For what did you pray to angels? For a new life?
私の体で奇跡を。
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, I pray for a miracle in my body.
私の体に問題があるというなら、それを受け入れましょう。
If there was something wrong with my body, I could accept
なら
that.
ばそれを克服してどうか夫の子を授かることのできる奇跡を私に。
In that case, I wanted to overcome that defect and somehow be granted the miracle of being given my husband's child. Yeah, that is fair.
その願いは叶ったわ。
What? That wish was
あ
granted.
なたはその次の年に見事にジェシカを産むことになる。
What? The next year you gave birth to Jessica.
そして悪魔には何と祈った？
Well, I don't really understand, so... Yeah, of course. Gab is saying you gave birth, as in you raised the child. You didn't actually have her inside you. I couldn't stand it.
悔しい。
Couldn't
この
stand
身が
it.
恨めしい。
I hated my own body.
それを見せつけるかのように。
What? No! So I hated this baby.
この赤ん坊が憎かったんです。
Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Yeah, because it made my failure so apparent. If you do anything to that baby, I think it will make your failure a little bit more apparent, because obviously you may have a body that you can't stand because of the fact that it hasn't been able to bear a child, but at least it's not a body that has... I don't know. Yeah. What did you wish for? This is scary.
悪魔に祈りました。
For the first time, I prayed and made wishes to demons.
この赤ん坊が消えてなくなってしまえばいいのにって。
Jesus Christ, I wish that this baby would just disappear. Fucking hell. What is this? Of course, that wish was also granted by... Yeah, that is weird. That really is. On the day, I left the baby with an older servant and went to think about the future in the rose garden. No, that's a lie. I didn't want to think about anything. The baby's cries were not... Jesus Christ. So I ordered the servant to take the baby to a place where I couldn't hear. Yeah, by a place where I couldn't hear, I meant somewhere far away. Yes, I wished for it. Oh, that's interesting. Look at the person who was on the phone to Natsuhi. Is that the baby? Oh my god. Yes, I wish for it. I wish for the servant to take the baby far away and never... Jesus, that's horrible. That really, really is horrible. And it's just really interesting that you have this, you know, really, really big opportunity that you've been wishing for so much, and it's been thrust upon you unexpectedly. The fact that she actually has, you know, a grandchild, I mean, obviously it is really good, but the thing is she just can never love it because of the fact that it never came from her. And it's just unbelievable to think that even though she has a grandchild, because of the fact that it didn't come from her, she doesn't care whatsoever. And it's just horrible to think that, you know, it's an entire rejection. I mean, my god, it's not the baby's fault, but it's as if it's being treated as, you know, that's not the case whatsoever. It is the baby's fault. It's horrible. But that is really, really interesting that the wish that has actually been granted by angels has made it so that Natsuhi has been able to have Jessica later on. That's just really surprising to me. God, yeah. I see. Yeah, that's interesting. So, yeah. So, a passing demon heard your wish, Natsuhi-sama.
してどうなったのか。
And then what happened next?
それは悪魔が願いを叶えてくれたとしか思えない。 奇妙な事故でした。
After that, there was a bizarre accident that could have only been granted to me by a demon. What? The woodland path from the rose garden to the harbour is probably well suited for a comfortable walk. Let me guess, it just suddenly opened up and then Natsuhi fell. I don't know. It must surely feel good to occasionally leave the path and walk through a grove of trees, depending on your mood. Yeah, definitely, I can see that. Yeah, fair. However, wouldn't that path be fairly hard to travel on when taking a walk with a baby in your arms? Yeah, because the thing is, this is the bad thing about a mother, and I don't really think Natsuhi is fully aware of just how much of a tax it takes on your life. And, you know, you can never sleep with a baby. Never. And you can never have relaxing times, because obviously if you do, then your baby's harmed. Oh, fuck. There was a cliff on the other side. It was about 10 meters tall, I think. It was rocky below. There was also a fence there. Does it seem at all likely that the servant went to the trouble of walking there holding a baby? Oh no, and then leaned against the fence. That's ridiculous. The only conceivable explanation is that she was lured there by the beckoning of a demon. Well, she was lured there, wasn't she? By a demon who heard your wish. You sound very confident. Yeah, and the servant of the baby. Yeah, but I kind of get the impression that something... yeah, by the way, I find it interesting that Ronove is saying the servant. Yeah, he doesn't really think it's a demon whatsoever, which is quite surprising. Or maybe he could think that it's a demon who has made it so that the servant has been tempted to... Let's be honest, he's probably going to throw the baby off the cliff. Because morals do not matter, do they? No is the answer. But the only thing is, with issues like this, she really, really needs to mature. And this is the worst thing about Natsuhi, because of the fact that she doesn't really feel as if, you know, this child is her own and she belongs with this child. She won't mature whatsoever, and she won't really want to see any allowances that she should make for something that she doesn't even view as something with any worth at all. Jesus fucking Christ. Wait, the servant died as well? What? No, that is really, really interesting though. I kind of get the impression that, you know, if Natsuhi hadn't actually made it so that the servant had done this, you know... Well, no, let me rephrase. Sorry, I'm not really concentrating on what I'm saying. Right, so the servant... He is about to kill a baby in one of the most horrible ways. Of course, he is not going to be able to live with himself, so he kills himself as well. God, it's like the second mysterious death and the second series of mysterious deaths in Higurashi. They fell from the cliff down to the rocks below. Jesus. Yeah, and that's like Higurashi as well. No, they died because I wished it. That means this is... It isn't your fault! What? There's no need to think about it any further. To be fair, I kind of get the impression that in situations like these... In situations like these, though, I disagree. I think it is entirely her fault. I mean, but to be fair, though, how do you interpret this? Do you interpret it as if, you know, Natsuhi has literally seen a passing demon and then her desire has actually been imposed on other people because of the fact that she's had it? Or do you... let's be honest, do a more reasonable conclusion and, you know, think about what, for example, I thought, you know, the servant was going to do that. But at the same time, it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, but why the fuck would the servant go as far as literally killing the baby? Natsuhi has never asked for this. Kiinso has. Maybe someone else could have asked for it, to be fair. But it happened because I wished it. No, that's wrong.
願えども叶えるか否かは神と悪魔
Oh,
の魔
that's
女の
interesting.
決まり
Yeah. No, I still disagree. Yeah, even if we wish for something, whether it comes true or not is decided by the whims of gods, demons,
そ
and
なたに
witches.
罪はない
You are sinless.
人間に罪はない
Nah, I disagree entirely. I don't think this is the case because of the fact that Natsuhi has still wished for this to happen. If Natsuhi never wished for this to happen, then the demons would never have to make a decision on what they actually do with the other person. Isn't it just so unbelievably horrible to
わ
think
らわが
that...
殺したことにしてもよい
You can even say that I killed them.
いやわらわが殺した
No, I did kill them.
嘆くそなたを不憫に思いわらわが赤子を連れた使用人を崖へいざないその下に導いたのだ
I love this, yeah. She's just making it so that she can take command so easily so that she can divert the blame from Natsuhi. Because at this time, you know, it's a ridiculously stressful situation with Natsuhi. So, you know, obviously, Beatrice wants to make it so that Natsuhi's in her prime and she can get past this really, really big roadblock. You can even say that I killed them. No, I did kill them. I saw your mourning and felt pity, so I lured the servant with the baby to the cliff and guided them down it. Jesus Christ.
不幸な事故があっただけではありませんか。
Well, it was an unfortunate accident, but at the same time, it doesn't really make sense as to why the servant would be there anyway. And it is really interesting to think maybe the servant had some sort of resentment towards Natsuhi, so that maybe that servant actually did it out of an act of revenge or something like that. I don't know. It's impossible to prove the motive. It really is. Wasn't it just an unfortunate accident?
事故で納得がいかなくば。
Yeah, that is interesting. Just entirely make yourself devoid of blame. If you can't accept it as an accident, blame it on us.
そのための悪魔でございますよ。
So demons exist. And that is
そう
interesting.
だわ
That's right.
私たちはそのためにいるのだもの
We're here for your sake.
あなたが殺したわけもない
It's not like you killed them.
私たちが殺したのよ
But who actually killed them though? I mean, obviously, if the demons have actually lured these people towards their death, then they have been the people who have lured them there. Could you validly say that the human did still have some sort of fault because of the fact that it was... Because they could have still controlled themselves, but at the same time, it's very, very hard. And maybe even impossible in some situations. I mean, Nolave and Gap, for example, you know, very, very powerful demons. I mean, if a demon with similar power to them actually lured them, then how would they be able to, you know, how would they be able to survive? I kind of get the impression that,
だからあなたには何の罪もない
yeah, I think it's entirely the demon's fault, but at the same time, it's Natsuhi and the demon's fault, so you are sinless.
だからどうか自身を責めないで
Yeah, so please don't blame yourself, Natsuhi. It's really interesting that this is very easy to deny the magic
そう
of.
でしょうか
Is that true?
本当に私に罪はないのでしょうか
Well, you're called a murderer. That's really interesting. I genuinely wonder who was actually killed. It just doesn't really make much sense because obviously, judging by that phone call, did the baby really die? It just doesn't make much sense. Is that true? Am I truly sinless?
ああないぞ
Yes, you are.
19年
My
前
god,
に
her
星を名乗る
fangs!
ワコード
Jesus Christ. Young one who claims revenge for the events of 19 years
呪うなら
ago.
わらわを呪うがよいわ
If you're gonna curse someone, curse me.
しかし呪うは魔女の専売特許よ
However, witches have a patent on
夏
curses.
日に嬉しその喧嘩わらわが買おうではないか
Let me take on this fight you're trying to pick with Natsuhi.
わらわは後ろ宮家顧問錬金術師黄金のベアトリーチェ使えし主に売りし喧嘩はわらわが買おうぜ
If anyone picks a fight with the master herself, I will fight in my master's stead.
19年前の復讐とな
Revenge for 19 years ago, you say?
1000年の魔女の前にその程度の年月瞬きにも足りぬと知れ
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll show you that such is hardly a blink of an eye for a witch who's lived 1,000 years.
19年前にそなたの死を願ったナツヒが憎いか。
So you hate Natsuhi for wishing your death 19 years ago. No, but the only thing is I just genuinely don't understand how this person didn't
思
die.
い出させてやろうぞ。そなたを崖下へ誘ったのは誰かをな。
Let me make you remember who it was that lured you off that cliff. Jesus Christ, she's a female servant as well. God. That is actually really interesting that Beatrice is thinking that, Beatrice, she should be the one who is actually resented as opposed to Natsuhi, which I think is, obviously it works in the magical world, but at the same time here it's just totally ridiculous because, Natsuhi is the one who did it. There is no other power that can actually be blamed because of the fact that they wouldn't have seen anyone apart from Natsuhi. Yeah, so as the middle-aged female servant cuddled the sobbing baby, she walked on a small path through the trees. Natsuhi had told her that the baby was too loud, so she would try to get as far away from the rose garden as she could. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, she was completely unaware as to why she'd gone out of her way to head in this direction. Yeah, that is odd. However, the sobbing baby suddenly stopped crying? Really? That's really, really odd. Yeah, something was reflected in its eyes, but the servant couldn't tell what. Oh, that's really interesting. Is it some sort of... However, thinking that the baby had stopped because it had taken an interest in something. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, she headed in the direction of the baby's gaze. That does kind of make sense, but at the same time, it really, really doesn't fully add up. Oh, that's interesting. That the baby can actually see... Yeah, that is odd. Yeah, the baby had seen a cloud of gold butterflies disappearing off into the trees. That is interesting. So, something as ridiculous as this. If this person actually dies because of the fact that they are looking at the baby's gaze, then obviously it's a totally ridiculous death. And a ridiculous death could either be likened to the servant's carelessness, or it could be likened to, demons potentially influencing that carelessness. The baby had seen a cloud of gold butterflies disappearing off into the trees. And on the other side of the trees, the servant could see a woman. Who? That's really weird. Yeah. She didn't recognise this person, but it didn't look like anyone who was supposed to be here. The baby stopped crying and stared in that direction. What? Oh my god, then the servant's legs started to automatically carry her that way. Yeah, that is odd. Come this way, woman. Jesus Christ. Bring that cursed baby with you. Oh. Yeah, the woman couldn't disobey. She was completely overwhelmed by Bertol's gold glowing up. God, she walked lightly as though through a dream world. At some point, the scenery surrounding her attracted... Oh my god, yeah, but she did not notice. She could not notice. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, though this should have been Dokenjima. That is so weird. At some point, it had become the garden of a man she had never seen before. Jesus Christ, it was a garden that she had never set eyes on, even grander than the Great Rose Garden of the Ushinomiya family. But yeah, a garden of gold roses. That is really odd. Yeah, there stood an arbor. And a woman wearing an elegant dress beckoning to her. I just genuinely can't believe that Beatrice was actually... So that's interesting. So I'm assuming that Beatrice had some sort of pact with a demon here. Like, if you want to interpret this magically, because a demon actually told her to... A demon dulled her instincts, and then Beatrice made it so that, the final piece of luring had taken place. I just genuinely can't believe that she hasn't even remembered anything about the fact that she has actually died. Like, there is just no feeling about it. It's weird. It really is. The fact that the legs have automatically carried her that way. It's not a dulling of the instincts. It's as if, you know, she can't even feel her own body. That is so odd. Yeah, she couldn't disobey, yeah. No, but the only thing is I don't really understand anything about the baby. Maybe this person is lying about the fact that, you know, he's Natsuhi's son. There stood an arbor and a woman wearing an elegant dress beckoning to her. Yeah, there was a man who looked like a butler, and the tea he poured with a beautiful gesture was very nice and had a very nice and enticing smell. It was normal there, oh my god. Yeah, it was as though they were telling her to join their tea party. Oh, that's interesting. She couldn't disobey. She had to go to the master of this golden rose garden and give this child as an offering. Oh, that's interesting. So she hasn't actually fallen off the cliff yet, but she has been somehow just teleported into Beatrice's world. That is weird. And give this child as an offering. Yeah, that is odd. Forgive me, woman. That's so weird. But I do find it really interesting to think that is what we're seeing now something really we can trust, because of the fact that this could potentially be just some sort of alternative interpretation, really. You know, Beatrice was obviously saying she was really quite trying to adapt the situation so that she was the person who Natsuhi had actually blamed. So I really do wonder if, yeah, curse your bad luck for being entranced by a witch. Yeah, so, and surrounded by these gold roses, which you would never be able to enjoy in this world, sleep. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, yes, understood. Oh my god, when Gap snapped her fingers, a pitch black hole opened at the woman's feet and she was swallowed up along with the baby. Jesus Christ. The scene of the moment that followed must have burned itself into the eyes of the woman and the baby. Oh my god, that's weird. Yeah, the two floated in the air and looked down at the gold rose garden that spread out below them. Yeah, that is weird. Yeah, below their feet was not the earth, but a golden rose garden that stretched as far as the eye could see without any gaps. Jesus. Oh my god. What was that? Yeah. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, if one could have the scene imprinted in their minds as their last memory, that would be such a merciful way to die. God, proper Eva Beatrice style? Oh, no, never mind. Then the woman and the baby were swallowed up by the golden sea. God, that is weird. The funk was remarkably plain and remarkably quiet for a sound that sold up. Yeah, seriously, yeah, but that just shows how mercilessly killing is, yeah. Yeah, fair. However, it made for a perfectly suitable show at a tea party for witches. Yeah, that is weird. With the woman and the baby at the centre, the rose garden was slowly swallowed up by the darkness. Sound of the wind grew stronger bit by bit. Oh, yeah. Is that TV static? What is that noise? It was the roar of the sea. Yeah, that is weird. That is really weird. Oh, that's interesting. I do wonder if this could potentially have some significance with Natsuhi now. Who knows? I just genuinely can't believe this though. So, it is interesting to think that, you know, Beatrice was actually really quite responsible for the killings of these people. But at the same time, obviously we can interpret that if we look at the magical side of it, but if we look at the human side of it, then we could just think, you know, they fell to their death because of the fact that a servant was pissed off, or, you know, the fact that a servant had wanted to do this sacrifice for, you know, for peace to return to the family, and especially peace to return to Natsuhi. two who had fallen into the thicket of golden roses from that great height and died. Oh, that is really interesting. We're gradually wrapped up in the roar of the sea, wrapped up in the scenery of the beach below the cliff. For fuck's sake, man, this is really annoying. Oh my god, her face! Yeah, I
そな
guarantee
た
it.
には何の罪もない。
You're completely sinless.
19年前の復讐とやらはこのわらわが買おうぞ。
I'll accept this revenge from 19 years ago. Oh my god, wait, hang on a second. So,
崖下の2人を見つけ、私は青ざめました。
when I spotted the two of them on the rocks below, I went pale. Oh yeah, understandable, because obviously your wish has caused this. And that is fully understandable as to why she actually sees
お
this.
屋敷へ駆け戻り、大騒ぎになりました。
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, two people have literally just died because of your intuition. Or at least that's what she thinks. Yeah, then I dashed back to the mansion and there was a huge
大至急
uproar.
船で病院に運びましたが、あの高さで即死を免れただけでも奇跡。
What? Yeah, understandable, yeah. They took them to a hospital in a boat as soon as possible, but from that height, it was a miracle that they had even avoided an instant death.
シオにも、
Both the servant... Oh, they
そして赤ん坊も
died. Yeah, and the baby...
死にました。
God, yeah, died.
私はお父様から赤子を預か
I know!
殺してしまったのです。
That's absurd. In less than 3 days from the time father had entrusted me with the baby, I had killed it. Oh god, it's impressive that Jessica's 18! Yeah.
主人が出張中でした。
Oh god, yeah, my husband had been on a
当
business
時
trip.
まだお屋敷にお住まいだったローザさんもご友人と旅行中でした。
Oh, what about Eva?
六天島には
Oh, right.
私とお父様しかいなかった。
Oh, Rosa-san, who had still lived on the island at the time, had been travelling with her friends. Father and I were the only ones on Rock Games. God,
そして
yeah.
私とお父様以外誰もよく知らぬ間に
And before anyone except Father and I really knew anything.
どこからともなく赤ん坊が現れ、そして消えていった。
Seriously though, yeah. And it is really interesting that this is a total secret that she can validly hide from Kraus because of the fact that he doesn't know anything regarding what's actually happened. Yeah, a baby had appeared out of nowhere and then disappeared again.
夢なのよ。悪夢。
That's right, it was a dream, a
お
nightmare.
父様は私を責めるに違いないと思っていまし
I was sure that Father would blame me.
た。しかし、何か様子がおかしかった。
However, he seems somehow strange. That is really interesting. Maybe it could be some sort of ridiculous test. No. How backward from the moles? No, I'm sorry, there is no way he is going to justify killing a baby.
読めていたぞこの天罰はな。
Yeah, that is absurd. I saw this coming. I knew this would happen.
どこまであがくのか。
Jesus Christ, how long will you struggle?
どこまで我が物にならぬというのか。
How long will it be before you're mine? What?
空の檻に興味はない。
I have no interest in an empty
打
cage.
ち捨てい。
Throw it away! When Father learned of the accidental death. I know, that is weird. Yeah, he kept on laughing and laughing as though there could be no greater pleasure. Enough that just listening to it gave me a... I know, that is just so backward from what should actually happen. He, like any normal person, should be ballistic. And Natsuhi deserves it as well. And I just find it really, really interesting that, you know, it is such a hard assumption. Like, did Natsuhi really kill this baby? Or was it the witches who did it? I mean... The only thing is they were both interdependent in the murder, really. Natsuhi wouldn't have murdered... Sorry, the demons wouldn't have murdered without Natsuhi's, you know, beckoning, really. It's just really interesting to think, like, did she actually do this? It's such a tricky question. I don't know, I just find it really interesting that, you know, a demon had actually caused her to, you know, have the temptation for her thoughts to grow worse and then had made it so that the temptation had actually been fulfilled, and then Beatrice had made it so that they'd been offered to the Golden Land. I just love that, you know, the whole offering related things, they just have nothing to do with, you know, any human tradition that we have assigned to them. It's just another way of mercilessly killing in this situation. That's absurd, though. How long will it be before you're mine? That's a little bit weird. Oh, that is actually really interesting to think that Kinzo thinks of this baby as an empty cage. It's just as if... I like that because obviously a baby could be likened to a cage because of the fact that it, you know, it makes it so that the mother has no freedom whatsoever. So if it's empty, then obviously it's not filled with potential. There is no point of, you know, the mother's freedom being trapped. That's probably what Kinzo's thinking. That's unbelievable. Yeah, perhaps something will come loose in his mind. Haha, fair enough, from that day onwards. Yeah, that is odd. From that day onwards, Father shut himself up in the world of inside the world of occult, even more than he ever had before. That is really weird. Oh yeah, this is going to be interesting. Yeah. When my husband came back, he was surprised to see that Father was even more bizarre than he had been before. Fair, but still, I'm just genuinely surprised that... I just wonder what's actually going inside Kinzo's head, because obviously he hasn't displayed a really significant reaction, but at the same time I kind of get the impression that maybe he is doing this as a way to cope with stress. Maybe he is doing it as a means of... I don't really know. Maybe coping with Beatrice's loss? Yeah, however, he had already accepted that this would happen sooner or later. Of course, my husband had heard about the baby. Yeah, however, he told me that it was just surely some whim of Father's, and to forget it. Oh no, you don't. So I forgot it. It was an unfortunate accident. Yeah. But to be fair, I do find it interesting that, you know, you could quite validly divert the blame from yourself. The justice system would. No, there wasn't an accident at all. I forgot everything, even that the baby had existed in the first place. No, you haven't. If you can literally remember the roar of the sea and all of the sounds and the sensory images from that very day, I don't think you can. After all, it was a twisted nightmare that lasted not even 3 days. No, but the only thing is, here is just interesting. She's really putting on a front of, you know, saying that she's forgot this and totally trying to prove to herself that she has. In reality, though, I don't think that's the case. That's right, it was all a nightmare. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I don't want to remember. The cliff, the broken fence. Oh, God, yeah, the broken fence, the roar of the sea. And the cry, oh my god, yeah, understandable. Yeah, because obviously there is just a life that has so much potential, and, you know, a life in general, really. It doesn't even matter about the potential, you're still taking a fucking life. The cliff, the broken fence, the roar of the sea, and the cry of the baby. Yeah, all of those things caused by you. Yeah, genuinely. How? So this baby is the baby from 19 years ago. Of course not. But yeah, I see that. Yeah, I killed that baby. Yeah, so how is it? It's got to be some sort of either a sibling or maybe some sort of person who has found out the truth. Because, yeah, why is it now that this is happening? Why has it not happened at any other time after... Well, obviously, I think it will probably happen a little bit of more time before... Maybe after this person has turned 13, I think that's probably when, in theory, he could start, you know, having, firstly, the realisation, and secondly, just the resentment towards Natsuhi, because it is quite a mature subject. You need to be able to understand it, and obviously, you need to be able to find her number as well. You need to be actually really quite clever to find a number of someone in a house that's hidden as a Dokenjima. Yeah, that is understandable. How did he actually find the number? Yeah, that is a really significant question. How? Could it be Erika? I wonder. Of course not, I killed that baby. It no longer exists in this world. Oh, that's interesting. However, there is no red truth in the human world. Fair. Yeah, nothing can be trusted there. That's right. Yeah, Berto definitely killed that baby.
でも人間の世界では生きていることになっているのかもしれない。
However, you might be able to find out that he's alive in the world of humans. Is this where he gets... Is this where we find Battler?
本当に生きているのかどうかはともかくね。
Whether it's really alive or not, right? What is that logic?
生きていたというのですか?
I know, seriously, yeah. Do you mean to say that it actually survived?
あの岩場に転落して。
How is that possible? I agree, yeah. After falling to the rocks from that high.
わからぬ。
Yeah, I don't
だ
know.
が落ち着け。
But calm down.
そやつがどうそなたを憎もうとも真実は事故だ。
Yeah, no matter how much this person hates you, it's just an accident, and that's the truth. Well, the truth how you perceive it, another person who's filled with hatred and murder, you really think something like that's not going to be twisted? Like, come
そなた
on.
を恨もうなどお門違いもいいところよ。
If you just hate you, his hatred is completely unjustified. If this is the person who is basically thinking that his mother has tried to kill him and he hates him, it's unjustified. Ah, yes.
でも
But yeah, Natsuhi, don't listen to
た
Beatrice.
とえ指一本触れていないとしても、私は心の中で。
Even if I didn't lay a finger on him, inside my heart, I...
落ち着け。19年前の男が何を恨もうと叫ぼうとそなたを追及できる罪などあるわけもない。
Yeah, no matter who the man from 19 years ago hates or what he yells at you, there's no way the sin he's after actually occurred.
だから落ち着け。
So calm down.
19年前の男はわらわの来客として迎えてやろうぞ。
I don't know, I welcomed the man from 19 years ago as my guest.
気分の謎を解かれ
God.
お役はごめんかと思っていた矢先だ。
Just when the riddle was solved and I thought my job was finished.
わらわの最後の客としてもてなしてやらねば
Yeah,
な。
that is interesting. I've got to entertain this final guest of mine.
面白くなってまいりましたな。
This begins to grow more... Yeah, seriously,
ゴ
yeah.
ールドスミス教の秘密を守るのに加え、19人目の来客。
I know, that is
さらに
weird.
19年前の男とは。
This begins to grow more interesting. Not only are you protecting Lord Goldsmith's secret, yeah, but you also have a 19th guest, as well as a man from 19 years ago. Yeah. That is actually really interesting to think that Beatrice may have... I think this is completely ridiculous to think that the baby is alive, and I think the person from 19 years ago has some sort of... No, it just makes no sense. Why would they call them mother, though? That just... I just can't believe it. How did this... I'm sorry, but how the fuck did a baby survive from falling down a cliff? I mean, is that even possible? There's got to be some sort of miracle facilitated by a higher power. I mean, I'm sorry. I think something like that... It's either just a chance so low that it's entirely impossible to happen without a miracle, or maybe I don't know, some sort of misinterpretation in terms of what actually happened. That is really interesting. So because of the fact that there is no red truth in the human world, you can't fully trust whether Beatrice's killing of this person has actually fully killed them, and that can be used to then disprove magic. This is going to be really interesting though. Could you imagine if we actually see this person? That would be interesting. I wonder what's actually going to be discussed, because, you know, this person, I mean, my god, judging from yesterday, he sounds mental. I mean, the only thing is, obviously, I feel like he's a person that, you know, he's had a horrible life, and then that just has kind of reflected in his personality, really. Like, if he had a good life, he probably would be a good person. But because of Natsuhi's deed, he has probably really had a ruined life. Yeah.
そうね。
Yeah,
金蔵
definitely,
が
yeah.
生きてる
Yeah.
と主張する私たちにとってエリ
Yeah,
カ
true.
は19人目ね。
Since we claim that Kinzo was alive, Erika is the
そ
19th
の
person.
19人目の駒に
I
19
know.
年前の
But I will bet you anything that this man from 19 years ago, because of his really, really intimate knowledge of the family conference, he either is somebody from the family conference, which I think is very, very unlikely, or the only person it can be is Battler, by the way, but I think that is unlikely, or maybe it's the case that I really don't know. Maybe they have some sort of connection to... I mean, obviously, we want to go to Erika because of the fact that she is the person that we know least about. But, I don't know, maybe it could be a connection to another person as well. I don't know, Erika just seems like the most likely, though. Who knows, though? Who knows? True, since we claim Kinzo was alive, Erika is the 19th person. And besides that 19th person, we also have a man from 19 years ago.
ワクワクする
Fair,
な
yeah. Yeah, I really want to learn more about this person. How interesting, I'm getting all fired up.
相手にと
My
って
god,
不
her
足な
face is terrifying. Fucking hell. Yeah, that stare though, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we have no lack of a bite. Yeah.
わらわの茶会の来客が一人では物足りないと思っていたところよ。
And I was just lamenting the fact that I had but one guest at my tea party.
来るがよい。
Come on, you
踊って
fools. Most sane Beatrice moment. Right, what's actually going to happen here? Yeah, Furuda Erika is Lady Burncastle's piece. That is a really good question, yeah. In that case, whose piece is this man from 19 years ago? Yeah, because obviously that would definitely add indication to the fact that somebody has made this person survive with miraculous conditions. Yeah, the voice faintly seeping from the other end of the line was Natsuhi's. I
わかり
understand.
ました。今すぐ寝ます。
Oh god, yeah, the interrogation! Oh my god, what's actually going to happen? I'll go to sleep right
電
now.
話出ません。電話も出ません。
I won't leave my room and I won't pick up the phone.
夫と娘には
Yeah, because obviously you don't want to know the fact that you're a baby killer, basically. I think Natsuhi... I don't know, it's really hard to actually think about the morals here. Though you did wish for your baby to be killed, firstly, you didn't carry out the murder, but at the same time, you were the leading cause for the murder. So I don't know. Or at least you tried to become a baby killer. So don't involve my husband and daughter. Even this begging scream, which would shake the heart of any... Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that is understandable. I mean, if you literally tried to kill this person when they were a baby and showed no mercy in completely letting your selfish emotions take control, it's understandable as to why he's, you know, acting like this. Could be listened to with a cold ruthlessness through the end of the receiver.
母さんが俺の約束を守る限り、あんたの秘密は守ってやるよ。
Will he? As long as you follow my orders, I will keep your secret, mother.
約束を破るなよ。
Do not disobey me.
俺はもうお前のすぐ近くにいる。
He really sounds like Battler. It's got to be the same VA. I'm already very close to you.
部屋の明かりが消えるかどうか、そして電話をしているかどうかさえ。
Yeah, I can easily tell whether you have turned your lights off or whether you're on the
俺
phone.
さえ望むなら、
Oh yeah.
あんたの寝顔にキスすることだって。
If I wished to, I could even kiss your sequin face.
守ります。
I'll keep it.
約束は守ります。
I'll keep it, my promise.
もうやめて。
So So just stop it. Please stop it. God. Yeah, the receiver was slammed down. Fair, yeah, he knew very well that the way you hang up a phone can leave a nasty aftertaste for the other side. Oh yeah, understandable, yeah. Yeah, this is... What the fuck? And there you have it. There is no fucking way she faked that. What? How? Hang on a second, what? Now Natsuhi won't come out of her room tonight. Damn, I thought there was going to be a new character. That is really, really interesting. So is this person... Oh, that is interesting. So is it potential? Is it a potential possibility? The fact that, you know, the person hasn't actually survived, which would be very, very reasonable because it seems like bloody impossible to survive something like that. Yeah, is it just some sort of deception via Lambda Delta's work? That's interesting. But how does somebody from outside the game board interact with somebody in the game board, though? That doesn't really make much sense. I'm actually quite surprised as to the fact that that's possible. But Lambda is very, very powerful, to be fair. Pretty handy. I know, what the hell? You can change your voice. Anyone can change your... Yeah, I don't really think anyone can sound like a woman if they are a man, or, you know, vice versa. Oh god, what does coaxing mean? Coaxial cable. Persuade? Oh, right, it's a synonym. Ah, it's a synonym for persuade. Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sweet voice when close in body. The sick sounding voice when taking the day off. God, if only I could do that. Oh boy. An apologetic voice when turning it down. A friend that you actually hate. If you want. I can do. Jesus Christ, any kind of voice at all. God, that's absurd. I mean, she is really, really good. Wow. I mean, my god, that threatening voice especially, that was absurd. I just genuinely can't believe that this is Lambda's voice. Like, I could see no trace of it. But to be fair, you know, this is the benefit of living for such a ridiculously long time. I mean... Lambda literally has a built-in voice changer because of how much she's actually practiced and how much time she's had to practice the art of deceiving people via the voice. That's absurd. You should stop being a witch and become a voice actress. I don't disagree though, with a skill like that you could get paid lots of money, but at the same time, why would you get paid lots of money if you can literally make money for yourself? Bruh, you didn't even talk about the comment about the voice acting. So what all the people set up on both sides, yeah, that is really interesting that, you know, now what? Yeah, Furudo Erika. Oh no, I agree, she is going to have such a benefit to, you know, what's actually going to happen regarding everything, really. We've already seen how she's changed the epitaph and, you know, who the head is, and, you know, how much tension she will have caused through that. What a wonderful piece. She's a much more suitable piece for you than Angie was, but disagree, because obviously Angie was the person that fired Battler up and encouraged him to do really, really well. Oh, it's her! Praise honours me, Lady Lambda Delta. The pleasure is mine.
敵だわ
She really is wonderful.
本当に可愛い
Truly cute.
魔女幻想に屈服させてその顔を
Oh,
屈辱
that's
に歪めてやり
interesting.
たいわ
Yeah, I'd like to make her surrender due to the illusion of the witch and see her face twist in humiliation. Oh
だ
god.
そうよ
Hear that?
私に恥をかかせないでよ
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, don't embarrass me, okay?
演者よりはるかに使える駒だってことを見せてちょうだい
That is interesting. No, but the only thing is with Angie, she gradually had so much power and so much motivation, and she could increase her power so much that, you know, it was possible that she could potentially... Well, she had all the willpower in the world, don't forget about that, so she could potentially defeat the entire purpose of the game if she hadn't actually have been, you know, brutally killed off by Burn. But what I do find really interesting about Angie is the fact that in the Golden Land, in red, it said that magic can't actually be used. So I don't think Angie actually had the power of resurrection. I think Angie had... Do you remember in episode 4 when there was that boat scene with Kawabata, the boat captain, and Angie had just stopped and seen something magical? I think that was Sakutaro. And yeah, then my theory was that Sakutaro hadn't actually been killed by Rosa in that world, and there was a different, you know, fate for him. So she was able to pick him up and then just take him to the other Golden Land, make it look like a resurrection, and then boom, get Maria over. So, because of that, I mean, even though she can summon the 7 Snakes of Purgatory and can kill them, which requires a lot of magical power, I don't think she has enough magical power for something like a resurrection to actually take place. So, though she is magically powerful, I don't think she's as magically powerful as I initially thought. But she still is really, really good, and she has so much willpower, so that means she will constantly improve. That is really, really interesting to think what would actually happen if she surrendered to the illusion of the witch, though, because obviously then she would... I don't really know what would happen. Maybe she just... The rights of ownership to her would just go to Lambda. Hear that? Don't embarrass me, okay? Prove yourself to be a much more useful piece than Angie was. Yeah.
お任せを
Yes, leave it to me.
ベルンカステル教我が主
Yeah, Lady Bancroft's my master.
私はあのようなネクラで低能で可愛げのかけらもない駒とは違いま
Oh
す
my god, I'm nothing like that gloomy, dull-witted, totally uncute piece. Jesus Christ. Well, you are different, I mean... Oh my god, what are they going to say?
本当よね
She's right.
エンジェなんてクズ肉になってバトラを焚きつける以外何の役にも立たなかったわ
Oh my god, that Angie didn't do anything useful. Except get turned into meat chunks to egg battler. Oh my god.
家族愛とか兄弟愛とか私たちを全
This is the worst thing, though. I mean, obviously this is put in an incredibly downplaying manner, but it's not exactly wrong. That's the worst thing. But to be fair, Angie also made it so that Battler could be hardwired to trust and doubt validity of information, and also so that, you know, Battler could make it so that he would be more intelligent in his arguments, really.
もっとえぐくてドロドロしてて
Ah, the game we want to see is more gruesome and sticky.
グロテスクでポップでキュートな殺人事件だもの
A grotesque pop, and cute murder. Oh yes, my favourite cute thing, murder cases.
夏日がキングでベアトがクイーンってとこかしら
If Natsuhi is the king, then I wonder if that makes Bertol the queen.
夏日をかばって群がる魔女と家具たちはチェスの駒というよりは
The pack of witches and furniture guarding Natsuhi is less like a set of chess pieces and more like...
ボーリングのピンって感じ
No, I see that actually. Yeah, bowling pins, right? Jesus Christ.
夏日にベアと
Natsuhi and Bertol.
金蔵にガラクタ家具の幻想たち
Kinzo and illusions of the worthless furniture. Oh, that is really, really interesting that she thinks, you know, the demons are just completely worthless. But after their performance in episode 4, I mean... No, after Wadagiriya's performance, not the demons. The demons actually fulfilled their job. And if anything, they did better than that. Wadagiriya was totally crap, though. I mean, my god. You know, she was literally defeated by her own furniture. And her own furniture. Mr. Goat-kun, he couldn't actually completely kill them. It was
私たちを
absurd.
楽しませてみせなさいよね
Entertain us a bit, will you?
特にベア
Oh my god, especially you, Berto.
私たちもうあんたには飽きてるの。
We're already bored of you.
あんたの魔女伝説殺人ごっこはもうおしまい。
Yeah, I really do wonder what's actually going to happen regarding the, 6 deaths. Yeah, this Legend of the Witch Murders game of yours is already
あんた
over.
の出番もおしまいってわけ。
Your time is over and done with.
このゲーム版はもう私とベルンがいただいたわ。
This game board already belongs to Bern and me.
あんたなんて私たちの駒に落ちぶれて永遠に遊ばれてるのがお似合いよ。
It will suit you to be reduced to one of our pieces and... Oh, yeah, to one of our pieces and toyed with for all eternity. God, look at her face!
夏日もベア
Such
ト
an
も
absurdly
薄汚
odd
い真実
expression.
という腹渡を薄皮一枚で包んだだけのズタ袋だわ。
Both Natsuhi and Berto are like the guts of a filthy truth. Wrapped up in a bit of thin
それ
skin.
をズタズタに引き裂いて中身を引きずり出すことこそ私のいいえ私たちの数少ない娯楽なの。
Tearing that to bits and dragging the insides out is one of my... No, one of our few Oh, what the fuck? I just find it really, really interesting that these people were just so absurdly willing to have entertainment that they will basically just make it so that, literal people's lives are just... I don't know, it's just so interesting how they are just totally judging people's lives as if, how we would, for example, I don't know, like lives of people in a story, for example. That's a really good comparison. Just as if they aren't even living in actuality. It's just so weird that, it's just kind of like these guys are reading a story, but at the same time, these people are actually alive and they're just being treated as if they are just some sort of things in a movie, really. Yeah, that is actually really, really interesting to think that, Yeah, that is really interesting. So this is basically just saying, really vividly, that, the way to actually get a good truth out is just to basically eviscerate someone.
楽しく遊べるわよ。
Because of the fact that the guts are actually hiding the truth, and sorry, the skin is hiding the truth, and then the guts are, the skin is how it looks to anybody else, like for example Kraus and Jessica, but the guts are the actual truth. That's actually a good analogy when you think about it. Yeah, but you can have tons of fun with
ね
it.
え見てる？
Jesus, hey, are you
ベ
watching?
アトリーチェ。
Oh god,
あん
Beatrice.
たのゲーム版はこんなにも楽しく遊べるのよ。
No, but the only thing is, this is the fair point. A lot of fun can be had, but the only thing that's really, really deadly about this is, this is what she has caused. She has caused this demise. Because of the fact that, she has no control, genuinely no control over what's going to happen now. Yeah, look at how much fun can be had when playing with your game board.
私が見せてあげるわ。
Let me show you.
本当に楽しい第5のゲームをね。
Yeah, I really do wonder, this 5th game's really going to be fun. Yeah, but why would she talk? Genuinely.
私たちばっかり気持ちよく喋っちゃかわいそうだわ。
Ooh, it's a bit sad if we're the only ones having a pleasant
ベア
chat.
トにも喋らせてあげたら。
You have got to be fucking serious. If these people were cruel, why don't you let Berto talk too?
だそうよ。
Hear that?
特別に発言を許すわ。
I can use special permission to talk.
今回のゲームの抱負でも言っちゃったら
What do you hope to gain from this latest game? Jesus Christ, you have got to be kidding me. So, that's absurd. I just genuinely can't believe that they have put Battler through all of this torment, yet they can actually make Beatrice talk. They can make her, you know, convey, like, anything. And they can make her obviously move around, and they can give her control to her body back. And yet they haven't. They have let Battlers suffered, even though they could have so easily prevented it. But this is the thing, they're just totally ruthless. They really, really are. This is going to be really interesting. Is Beatrice actually going to talk? Or maybe she has actually had permission to talk, but at the same time, she just doesn't want to because of the fact that she doesn't want to engage in what these people were having such a sick laugh at.
何もないって。
Yeah, she said nothing. That is interesting.
そうよねそうよね。
That's right, that's right.
あんたバトラに屈しちゃった負け犬だもんね。
God, yeah, you're the loser who surrendered to Battler.
私に任せなさい。
Leave it to me, okay?
魔女側優勢に一気に流れを変えてあげるから。
The witch side on top right away.
あんた
Yeah,
という
that
駒
is...
はサクリファスさせてもらっちゃうけどね。
Jesus Christ, but that means I'll just have to sacrifice your piece.
気分も第一の番以前にあっさり解かれ
No, seriously, that's the
黄
worst
金の
thing.
番人ベアトリーチェも型なしですね
Yeah, of course, Eddie Car's happy. Yeah, the epitaph has been easily sold before the first Twilight. I know, before the first Twilight, that's the weirdest thing. Yeah, and Beatrice, the Keeper of the Gold, has lost face.
夏日の幻想として駒に残れてよかったじゃない
Isn't it great that you remain as a piece, as a part of Natsuhi's illusion? Oh, it is really, really interesting to think that Natsuhi is definitely going to think that Eddie Car has some sort of connection. I just genuinely can't believe that person there, I mean, obviously it was a really good means of conveying a really, really dark truth about Natsuhi, but the fact that this is a move by Lambda so that she can actually, oh my god, it was such a horrible move as well, just no views for a person's, you know, emotions, my god.
もうあんたの扱いは駒じゃなくてピンなんだけどね
Yeah, well, now we're treating you as a pin now instead of a piece, okay?
黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェなんてもう出番はないのよ。
Yeah, I see that, yeah. The Golden Witch Beatrice is out of the picture now.
あんたとその家具たちは私のゲームではほんのちょい役やられ役。
You and your furniture have only a minuscule role in my game, a loser's role.
気持ちよくすっ飛ばされて私とベルのおもちゃにされなさいよ。
Resign yourself to getting blasted away and becoming Burns and my Jesus Christ.
やめてって一言言ってみて
Oh, that's just gonna make them laugh more. Yeah, if you don't like that, why not just tell us to stop?
そしたらやめてあげるから
Yeah, you really think so? If you do, we'll stop. Yeah, but the only thing, this is the worst thing. Yeah, oh, you bastard! Because obviously they are just totally making fun of the fact that she can't talk whatsoever. I mean, how could you be that horrible? Just these guys, of course you can be. But still, it's just impressive how possible it is to be this horrible, really. That is really interesting though, so how are the murders actually going to occur if Beatrice isn't there and she is irrelevant and she has, you know, a minuscule role? That doesn't really make much sense. Yeah.
嫌じゃないって。
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, she's saying that she doesn't mind.
あんたピン確定ね。
You're totally a pin. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. There's no need for a golden witch. I know, that is the weirdest thing. So how are the murders going to occur? That's what I want to know. Yeah, there's no need for a golden witch anymore. All that's needed is a sacrificial doll. Jesus. I know, yeah, because obviously they are totally enjoying their time playing, and obviously they are enjoying the structure of this game board to its greatest, but at the same time, as a result of this, like, look at how much she is suffering as a result. I mean, God. Yeah, all that's needed is a sacrificial doll. Yeah, I like that, yeah, so the two witches can enjoy some time playing. Die, disappear. Confess to your filthy past and your crimes. God, speak out your sob story of regret and repentance as you throw yourself off a cliff and die. I know, that is just genuinely weird to think. I really wonder what is actually going to happen to Beatrice. Like, I kind of get the impression that the only way she can actually regain power is if, you know, somebody like Lambda actually makes it so that she can talk again. I'm not even joking. Yeah, the Golden Witch will never again have her turn. Yeah, that is the weird thing. God, yeah. Yeah, that's horrible. I mean, I just genuinely wonder what she's actually thinking. Oh god, Battler must be finding that hard, because obviously these people were the most worthless. No, sorry, the most merciless. This will probably turn out to be a nasty game. Agreed, yeah, definitely, yeah. On the surface, it looks very similar to the usual tales. Oh, it won't be now. No way. Yeah, seriously though, yeah. I see that. Well, there's no respect given to the true main characters of the story. I see that. Yeah, and it's just really interesting. Oh, it's a vocal song. Or is it just vocalized? I don't really know. Choir noises. Opera singing sounding like... It sounds like opera singing or some sort of really quite ethereal humming. This tale was supposed to be one that the Golden Witch Beatrice invited Ushidomi Abatora to see. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, yeah. However, the host has been lost and there are no longer any guests. The one who did the inviting and the one who was invited. Yeah, seriously, yeah. Are no longer around in this horrible tale. Fair, yeah. Welcome to the 5th game. End of the Golden Witch. I know, yeah. Welcome to the banquet without the guest of honor. Hijacked by the evil witches. Yeah, ready, Battler? The second day is finally about... This is going to be really interesting. Yeah, it's finally about to start. Just like Beato, I hate slow story progression. Yeah, just do what you want. That is interesting. No, and how much you mess things up, I'll definitely reach the truth of this game. It has to be that way. Yeah, of course you're using that card. You've got to fight for your little sister's sake as well. Don't worry. Don't worry! Lady Lambda Delta is a far more terrifying opponent than that fool fool! God. Yeah, that will actually be really quite convenient if Erika's supporting Battler. It just really surprises me that she would do that though. She does not seem like a good character. I don't know though. It kind of depends because obviously though Byrne is an ally, she can never be trusted. But I'll be giving you plenty of support so there won't be any problems. Together with me, why don't you finally expose the illusion of the witch this time? I don't give a damn about you. The stubbornness. God, that is interesting. But that does make sense, but at the same time I just find it really interesting that, you know, he will play this game the traditional way. He will not have anything that has been, you know, incorporated after Beatrice's game affecting his game. Yeah, I don't give a damn about you. I won't acknowledge anything that didn't exist in Baltor's games, so I don't need you. But no, I know. I mean, he is really underestimating how much of a ridiculously tough opponent somebody like Lambda Delta is. It now really does have to act tough. Yeah, oh well, let's both give it our all, okay?
魔女幻想とやらを引き裂いてやりましょう。
Okay, then let's tear this illusion of the witch apart. Erika offered me her hand to shake. Oh, wow. Instead of just passively ignoring this. God, yeah, I gave a proactive and clear answer by knocking her hand aside. Wow. God, he really, really doesn't want to know. But that is understandable. That really, really is. But it is interesting to think that, you know, Beatrice was the one who had done the inviting, and Battler was the one who was invited. But at the same time now, he is the one invited to a different game. And, you know, it's just as if, you know, Battler is no longer there because of the fact that, well, I suppose he never really was invited to this game. He was forced into it. Yeah, and it is really interesting to think that, you know, the roles are just totally changing. And it is even more interesting to think just how much the story is actually impacted by the fact that, you know, the witches may be bored of someone, or maybe they may not be having the highest amount of entertainment possible. And it just really surprises me that, you know, this much is affected as a result of it. It's amazing to see. Oh yeah, of course she's finding it funny.
握手は嫌いだそうよ。
Looks like he hates shaking
エン
hands.
ジェと同じなのね。
Oh, you bastard. Just like Angie.
ご安心よ。
Yeah, that is actually really quite interesting that they both have this same trait, even though they have grown up in entirely different, you know, environments, really. Don't worry.
私はエンジェよりはるかに役立つ駒で
Oh,
す。
how can you say that to him? I'm a far more usable piece than Angie.
バトラさんの闘志を回復する以外、何もできなかったひき肉とはわけが違
Well,
う。
unlike Angie, you're fucking poisonous as well. I'm nothing at all like shredded meat that couldn't do anything but restore your fighting spirit. And the only thing is, this is the thing that is really, really bad about a lot of the people in this game. People. They are not human. They don't have an ounce of humanity in them. And any normal people, any normal traits people would have. That is probably going to be really, really detrimental to Battler. Why would he want to help somebody with morals that are this low? God, yeah.
頼もしそうな仲間に恵まれて嬉しいわね。
But to be fair, Erika is a really, really helpful looking ally. I won't deny that. Isn't it great that you've been blessed with such a helpful looking ally?
かつてはワルギリアにロの上。
Yeah. Yeah, but obviously then the ally... Oh, that's actually really, really interesting because in the past, the allies were making it so that, you know, they'd quote-unquote helped, but obviously when the chance is to completely deceive Battler and make it so that everything had just totally collapsed in on itself, you know, they definitely took it. I don't know about Donove, but Warugiria definitely did. In the past, it was Warugiria and
来
Donove.
てくれたわ。
Yeah, then Angie came as well.
そしてとうとうベルにエリカまで。
And now you have Bern and Erika.
あんたを応援してくれるクマたちはこんなにもたくさん。
Yeah, but the only thing is, this is the bad thing. How many of them are genuine? There are so many people
そ
supporting
れ
you.
でも未だに真相の尻尾すらつかめない無能っぷりってどんな気持ちどんな気持ち
God, isn't it just really interesting to think that these people are so... They just feel as if they are so much above humans that they can just say such horrible and, you know, mean things. As if, firstly, they're enjoying themselves, and secondly, as if, you know, they're not doing anything. They don't care about hurting us because of the fact that, you know, that is what they are meant to do. They are just made to hurt people, I swear to God.
関係ねえな。
It doesn't matter.
これは俺とベアとの戦いだ。
Yeah, he really is stubborn. This battle is between me and
その
Berto.
他の誰であろうと
Yeah, but that's understandable.
関係ね
Yeah, everyone else besides us doesn't matter.
ああ、そうなの。
Oh, is that true?
やっと独り立ち。
Are you finally standing on your own? Yeah, I see
い
this,
つも
yeah.
誰かに助けられ、情けをかけられてばかりのあんたが、
Me too.
どこまで一人でできるやら。
No, but the only thing is beforehand, obviously, he needed people to be either sympathetic or maybe helping because he was either inexperienced or needed more motivation. But now that he has those things, I feel like he could actually prevail. I don't know though, but to be fair, if he learns how to beat Lambda on his own, then yeah, he has absurd levels of power in this game. Yeah, entertain me. Oh yeah, I'll grab it and take it back.
これは俺たちのゲームだ。
This is our game.
お前たちだ。お呼びじゃねえ。
Seriously though, if only you could proclaim that in red. You two aren't wanted here. No, I love that they don't even deny it. Yes, that's true.
これはあなたたちのゲームだわ。
This is your game.
なら取り戻してごらんなさいよ。
So try taking it back.
手加減だらけだった。ベアとのゲームさえ勝てなかったあんた。
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Let's see how far someone like you, who couldn't even win Bertol's games when she went easy on you all over the place.
誰の助けもなく、一切の容赦のないラムダのゲームをどこまで戦えるのか。
Genuinely though, I think it is just a completely ridiculous thing to wish for. But at the same time, this is what Umineko is all about. Having limits and then completely fucking crushing them. So, I don't know, maybe he could actually do it. I mean, look at everything that happened in episode 4, for example. But I'm not saying that, obviously, because of the fact that people have been able to crush their limits in episode 4, Battler will be able to do his. But because of how ridiculous the magic world is, with Battler's severe determination that has never stopped, maybe he'll be able to. Maybe there's a chance. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's going to be really quite something. Well then, wake up, Ushinomiya Battler. Welcome to the morning of October the 5th. Oh, right. Well, I'm definitely reading more. Holy fuck. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Oh my god. God, I actually really didn't expect... I thought there was going to be a lot more to this, but yeah. Yeah, this is going to be really quite something. I want to see what's going to happen. Obviously, in certain aspects that you already know of. I.e., who was murdered? Was it someone's alarm clock? Beep, beep. An electronic tone repeatedly rang throughout the room. Already mysterious stuff is happening. An electronic tone repeatedly rang out throughout the room. Battler, who had gone to bed late and not managed to get enough sleep. Oh, that must be so That must be so tiring though. Yeah, I covered his head in his blanket and waited for someone to turn off. That's hilarious, to turn off the alarm. Yeah, but no matter how much time passed, the electronic tone didn't stop. I see. The point of an alarm clock isn't just to be loud enough to wake you. Seriously though, yeah. That is so true, but to be annoying enough to keep you from wanting to fall back asleep. Seriously. Hey, the alarm's going off. Make it stop, please. Why do waking up voices always get this? Oh my god, no, I know. I mean, you want your sleep. Is it really that much of a crime? Well, it does make sense. After all, people are still sleepy and in a bad mood. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they've just woken up as well. However, there was absolutely no sign that my annoyed voice has caused anyone to turn over in their sleep or call out of bed to stop the alarm. Yeah. Letting out a deep sigh, I stumbled to my feet. With the shutters down on the windows, there was almost no light getting in, and the room was as dim as it had been earlier. Though, even without the shutters. Yeah, there's no way this dull weather would let in enough sun to make a pleasant morning. Fair enough. It is October, to be fair. Yeah, the cousins were still wrapped up in their beds, sound asleep and taking no notice whatsoever of that. That is weird, of that beeping. Jesus Christ. How? Normally, once any person gets up, the others tend to automatically follow. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Annoyed that this lore of serial summer camp awakenings that I'd made up have been broke. Oh my god, I love that. Yeah. Or sleepovers. I searched for the source of that sound. I could hear it coming from a wristwatch set on a table. Oh, right. Judging by the style of the watch, it was probably George Anyuki's. Anyway, when I randomly pushed a small button on the side of it, the sound stopped. Oh, that's convenient. Apparently, it had been set for 7 in the morning. He's only got 4 hours of sleep. Oh my god, is it already 7? Sorry, but I really don't feel like I slept at all. Yeah, understandable, you've only got 4 hours. And it depends on how much he, on average, gets as well. Because obviously, with me, 4 hours wouldn't be really that bad. But, for somebody like Bataru, if he sleeps a lot, then, yeah, I could definitely see it. Playing cards were left on the table as though they had been stopped mid-game. Oh, that's hilarious. The game had probably been 7s. God, he seems stressed. Yeah, but this is the worst thing because obviously you're not only woken up by an alarm, but secondly, the second you wake up, it's just going to be a little bit before you regain your, composure, and then it's just time to think about the worries of the day before. Damn it, I've got this piercing headache. Oh shit. What the hell happened last night? Oh yeah, I don't blame him for having a headache. And, the really, really minimal amount of sleep he's got, it really doesn't surprise me even more. I mean... The Mountain of Gold and the subsequent argument between the relatives. Oh, if only it was. Yeah, all felt like a bad dream. So stupid. Breakfast normally came at 8. Now wasn't about time to start getting up and getting dressed. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, even those adults probably wouldn't argue in front of the cousins. Oh, you'd be surprised. In that case, I'll stay with my cousins all day long. Yeah, good one. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be able to separate me from all this annoying talk about the golden being the successor and all. Yeah, no. No. Just no. That is, if... I do wonder if murders are actually going to have occurred, though, because if they have, then... yeah, I think that will definitely separate them. Yeah, in fact, I should have done this from the beginning. I felt disgusting having slept with my clothes on last night, which caused me to all get sweaty. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Sleeping in a suit, though, that must be awful. Yeah, I guess I'll take a shower. Fair enough, yeah. I'm sure the others want to as well. At this age, it's embarrassing to wake them by shaking their shoulders. Fair enough, yeah, if I turn the TV on, everyone will probably wake up. By the way, hypothetically speaking, could you imagine if all of them are dead? Let me just, like, let that question sink into your head. Well, let's at least turn the lights on for now. In this dim light, with this quiet sound of the never-ending wind and rain, it doesn't really feel like morning is coming. Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, if anything, it does just feel like the night has been extended, especially because of the fact that, you know, it's October time. So, you know, in times like this, in theory, well, wait, no, hang on a second, I'm likening this October to an October that would be seen in England. It may not be the case in Japan. But at the same time, yeah. Well, no, it should be. No, it would be. It would be, actually. But, yeah. This is really quite funny to think that, you know, we would see totally grey and boring skies. Oh my god, I love rainy mornings, though. They're so, so nice. Especially, I mean, even though I can't stand school, rainy mornings on the bus, they are so relaxing, genuinely. Yeah, I really do wonder what's actually going to happen regarding, you know, the adults and what they're actually going to say to Battler, because if he tries to stay with his cousins for as long as possible, they're really not going to be able to talk about much. But at the same time, if they force Battler, then sure. What about Rudolph? What is he going to say? That is if he's alive, by the way. I flipped the light switch, and then that dimly lit morning ended. Yeah. Huh. I predicted correctly.
あんまりやないか。
I'm astounded. Like, genuinely. I'm actually astounded. It's just too hard.
こんなマネがどうして許されるんや。
Could anyone get away with something like this? I am not even going to ask what the fuck has happened. Oh my god, that is a... This theme totally gives me the goosebumps, and I think it really, really makes sense that something as horrible as this is just so suddenly, you know, it's so suddenly been left at our face. I just genuinely can't believe it. It's just like a proper... I don't know why, it's kind of hard to explain how I felt at that exact moment, but seeing this combined with hearing this unnerving song, I don't know, it just feels like a nightmare. It genuinely does feel like a nightmare. As they climb to Aniki's corpse, wishing it would never work. Oh my god, I know! Yeah, Effa and Uncle Hideo. Oh my god, I know. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, they cry. I just genuinely can't believe it. So I don't really understand what's actually happened. Maybe Battler has found George's corpse and then he's, you know, maybe he's then got everyone out of the room. I don't know. Do you think George-kun would like the two of you? Oh, yeah, to see him this way. Fair enough. Oh, no, way. Of course not. Aneki. Oh, that's a hard thing to say. Yeah, I know how you feel, but let's have Dr. Nanjo handle this. You don't understand. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, I don't disagree. Yeah. But seriously, yeah, George was killed. God, yeah, she is totally breaking down. But, yeah, is that unreasonable? Yeah, Dr. Nanjo's right. But, yeah, that is fair. Jesus fucking Christ. I just genuinely wonder what's actually happened to him. It's really, really weird. Yeah, mustn't keep storing at George in such a state. Yeah, this is for George's sake. But, yeah, I think that's a really, really good thing. I mean, even though, you know, they are going through some ridiculous shit right now, and, you know, they've literally lost their son, but he still has the composure to think about, you know, would he really have wanted? But that is a fair question. Like, if he was alive and you could actually get an opinion from him, or he had some sort of spirit that you could talk to, like, would he really want, you know, these guys to view his face in such a mutilated manner? But at the same time, is it just his face? What about his, you know, lower half? Is it knowing knowing Lambda Delta? It could be anything, to be honest. It really, really could be. Who has done it though? Genuinely, I just don't understand. It really doesn't make much sense. God. I just love this theme. I genuinely love it. I think it has done such a perfect feeling of making me fully encapsulated in this nightmare. I am feeling the same sense of, you know, hideousness that, you know, I bet you somebody at the scene would be feeling. Like, well, no, I'm not, but like, still, I'm feeling a feeling that's similar to it because of how unnerving this song is. Yeah, definitely, yeah. When Aunt Eva tried even harder to cling to that corpse. Oh, God, yeah. Dad and Uncle Hideyoshi dragged her away and had a heated debate with her beside the wall. I mean, Jesus Christ. Well, I'm sorry, but what the fuck do you do in a situation like this? If you see your son like this, I mean, yeah, what could you do apart from this? This is the worst thing. There is no way that he is going to be alive. Dr. Nanjo, help him. If he's lost too much blood, do a blood transfusion. George and I are the same blood type. Thank you. God. Oh no. Oh, this is going to be hard because obviously he's going to have to tell Eva that George is fully dead. Yeah, it pains me to say this. Yeah. But your blood can't do George-kun any good now. Yep. Dr. Nanjo shook his head slightly and then nodded across to where I stood, giving me a signal. Oh yeah, fair. Yeah, I softly pulled the blanket up, covering George Aniki's corpse. God, that's horrible. Oh my God. Oh, that is just... that's obscene. Jesus Christ. His neck was split wide open. Oh my... oh, that is despicable. It was probably larger and deeper than his mouth. Well, understandable it would, but Jesus Christ, just don't unmask it. But the only thing is, it wouldn't, because obviously everybody would be able to see that, and they would be able to remember that. Jesus Christ. How do you do this? How can you cope in a situation like this, genuinely? I mean, how can you not be like Eva? You know, I'm going to be honest, I think if anyone was in a situation like this and, you know, obviously love their kid, they would die in a situation like this. Genuinely, I would. Yeah, well, covering that part up made the corpses look neat and clean. That must have been such an absurdly traumatic sight. Yeah, of course not. No, I know. Jesus, the amount of lost blood stained the bed a horrible red and black. And even covering him with the blanket couldn't hide his traces. Yeah, after all, even the blanket had large red-black stains. And covering it with him made his corpse look even more gruesome. Fair, yeah. Yeah, fair. God, yeah. So I stripped the blanket off my bed and placed it on top of the first one. Yeah. But there were only 2 extra blankets. So if we cover one more of the corpses, one more. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to cover any more. Feel bad about the ones we can't cover. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, fair, but for some reason, times like these make me feel like muttering, don't complain about it being unfair inside my head. Yeah, fair. Kiria. Oh, Kiria's alive, and Rudolph as well, surprising. Put blankets over all of... Also, I'm assuming that everyone in the... Yeah, there is going to be a lot of room for complete paranoia and suspicion. Yeah, put blankets over all of them. Wouldn't want them to catch cold. Yeah, sure. Jesus Christ, whose? Kiria-san and I started covering the other corpses up to their heads with their blankets, just like George Aniki's, so that they wouldn't have to undergo any more shame with their terrible wounds. Oh my god, I know, snapped. Not a snapped neck, a completely opened up neck. Oh my god, that is... Oh. That's horrible, I mean. Oh. Yeah, that is just... I think if anybody saw that, it would be traumatic. Oh no, Mum bed rested Jessica. Yeah, it's interesting that Jessica died after everything that Erika said. God, Jessica was exactly the same as George Haniki, though she appeared to be resting quietly in the bed. Oh god! Yeah. Her neck had been sliced deep and the wound lay open in a brutal... God. Maria was the same. Yeah, not only Maria. There was... What the fuck? 4? There was one more victim, lying on the same bed as though they'd been sleeping alongside each other. Yeah, that is weird. That is weird. What? Lying on the same bed as though they had been sleeping alongside each other was Aunt Noza. What? Yeah, George Haniki, Jessica, Maria, and Aunt Noza. In this room were 4 humans who have been... Oh my god, yeah, who have been killed. Their necks sliced open. Oh, yeah, they've probably been like that since last night. Yeah, seriously, yeah, oh my god, I know, that must just be such a absurdly detestable thought. Holy fuck, you've basically gone to bed in the same room as dead bodies. 3 dead bodies. I mean, that is unbelievable. I mean, that really, really emphasizes his tiredness. Jesus fucking Christ. They've probably been like that since last night. I pretend without noticing anything, gotten in bed and fallen asleep. Yeah. Horizontal? What the fuck? I was imagining it vertical. I was imagining like the entirety of... So let's take the middle of the neck. So right, don't listen to this if you get offended by gore or it hurts you or you're sensitive to it. Basically, imagine... What's a good example? Ooh, let me think of this. So imagine there's some sort of fruit where it has some sort of thick peel, and you peel the entirety of the fruit. Then what you do, while the peel of the fruit is still on the fruit, you make it so that the peel is sliced vertically in the middle. Then you get both sides of the peel, and then you stretch them as far wide, so it kind of looks like a curvy shape. So so you have the peel, and then you have the, I don't know, let's just do the fruit, and then you have the peel. But yeah, basically I imagine that with a human neck. So yeah. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Yeah, because obviously, yeah. Oh, my God. I can't imagine the shock. Yeah, I've been forced to see all the way into the depths of those gashes and never was right. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's awful. God. At worst, the wounds might have been deep enough to stretch halfway through their necks. By the way, in red, 4 people are dead. Here, at least. So, where are the other 2? Kinzo's probably one of them, but, you know, what's the other person doing? If you try to open it up, you would probably be able to see that the gash had reached all the way to the bone. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's absurd. Yeah, but that's all you need. Yeah, the only wounds were the single gashes on each neck. So if you just cover their necks with your hand. Yeah, what about the blood though? Yeah, you might be able to persuade yourself that they were merely sleeping. But even so. Yeah, this frighteningly deep wound was incredibly... Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can't imagine that. Oh, no. I mean, there are some that are better than others, i.e., I don't know, like some sort of really fast-killing sleeping pills, or just any fast means of death that doesn't require any mutilation of corpses, or bodies in general. But still, there's also, you know... But, yeah, I suppose there are cleaner methods of killing, but still very, very bad. Yeah, there's no such thing as clean or dirty ways of killing. All methods of killing are equally brutal. True, yeah. Yeah, that is fair. I don't agree, though. I mean, obviously, the fact that you have taken a life is equally brutal, but what do you think is going to be more brutal? For example, sleeping pills or scaphism? With this logic, scaphism is the same as having sleeping pills because of the fact that the end result is the same and that it's equally brutal, the fact that they have died. But I disagree. I disagree entirely. I think it... Yeah, but even so, the brutality here. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, why would you say this has the same amount of brutality as, for example, somebody who has just OD'd, made somebody else OD on sleeping pills? Like, I don't agree. Yeah, it must be unbelievable. I mean, my God, I just couldn't imagine. I'm at a kind of terrifying situation today because I was at a sleepover. So, it's just, I'm kind of likening this to my own one. Could you imagine just waking up and then fucking seeing, you know, people's necks being completely sliced open horizontally. I mean, I won't deny that I have seen a lot of gore, but at the same time, I don't think... The thing is, with gore, any anime gore, fine. Real life gore, fuck off. Genuinely. And obviously, if you see that in real life, and then if you have an emotional connection because of the fact that they're literally your, I don't know, people you're close to, or your friends, or something like that, then, yeah, obviously, that'd be the worst. And it's interesting, I wonder what's actually going to happen. This invites so much paranoia, and also invites a lot of theories about who the other 2 dead people are. There could be a potential of 2 dead people who are masquerading as alive people at the moment. I don't know, though. Yeah, that's understandable. That really is that he'd say that. Oh no. And there was one thing that adorned these brutal murders, making them even more unsettling. Oh, yes, that is understandable. No, but that is really interesting that, you know, a magic circle actually accompanies the murders here. We only have seen the magic circle in episode 1, 2, and 5. It's just really interesting that the ideas that Lambda has enjoyed and liked throughout the murders of, you know, episode 1 was a magic circle. Drawn very large on the wall. Yeah, it was something like an eerie magic circle. It was drawn in bright red paint that looked like blood. Yeah, probably theirs. And made it look as though some creepy ceremony had taken place in this room. I know, seriously, yeah, with the 4 of them offered those human sacrifices. Yeah. However, that wasn't what we were concerned about. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. No one has a heart so cold that they could witness the deaths of those close to them. Oh yeah, seriously, and still worry about some scribbles on the wall. Obviously, something like this, it's going to take hours for them to actually pay attention to it. What the fuck? A knocking. Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
おはようございます皆さん
Well, somebody definitely doesn't know. Right, very interesting test for Erika. What are her results? What are her reactions going to be after having seen the corpses? I mean, obviously she didn't see, you know, she wasn't in the same room, but at the same time, I feel that she is a detective. This is a chance for her to prove her intellect. Yeah. Merciless. Bet you anything. Good morning, everyone.
これは立派な魔法陣
Oh my god, I love that you just so casually brush it off. Oh, what a wonderful magic set. You are the worst person for this situation, by the way. The girl who bragged that she drew more pleasure from the process of exposing the truth than the truth itself. Yeah, and who went so far as to call herself an intellectual rapist, appeared into the hall. Yeah, when she saw the extraordinarily creepy magic circle in this gruesome room. Oh my god, I know. I heard what was unmistakably a sigh of admiration escape her lips. Oh, yeah. You don't come in here.
さっきから廊下で話を聞かせてもらって
I just heard about it in the corridor. Yeah, you could sound a little bit less, you know,
お
desensitized.
亡くなりになられたのは4人ですか
It's 4 people who have passed away, correct?
心よりお悔やみを申し上げます
Yeah, allow me to express my sincere regrets on Erika's face. No, that's not it. Oh, that's interesting. So obviously she's making a little bit of a front. She's trying to make it look as if she is genuinely, you know, sympathetic. But at the same time, in her eyes, an entirely different look is proven. It was in her eyes. In Erika's eyes, I could see... Yeah, exactly. This is the worst thing. I feel like she is going to make this day horrible because her desire to actually expose the truth and her desire to make it, to, you know, work out the culprit is firstly going to make it so that there is so much paranoia, so much suspecting, but also it's going to make it so, you know, everyone turns on each other. In Erika's eyes, I can see an indiscreet smile. Yeah, that was hard to describe. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she found this interesting, even though it is with real people. She found the outbreak of a crime interesting. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was like a smile of a kid off to the side of the stage who just before her turn to appear in a school play. God, yeah. Before? What about after? Because obviously it's your turn is done. I mean, I always dreaded that, but to be fair, if you're really, really young, then maybe you'd be happy. Sorry, Erika-chan. Yeah, we're busy at the moment. Could you wait in your room? Yeah, because obviously I think something really significant would be shown to you if you didn't. Yeah, well, we can't have that. Yeah, there's the intuition going against what people were saying. Oh, yeah, it's the detective's right to investigate the scene. We're saying that we have no business with you. Yeah, that is understandable because the thing is, you know, they have had a murder in their family. This person isn't an official detective, so why would they actually make it so that, you know, they could see a sight as personal and as horrible as this? Now's the time for outsiders like you to stand back. Oh, no. In my personal opinion. Only third-rate mysteries have a suspect who tries to interfere with the investigation and then turns out to be the culprit. Yeah, but that is understandable, yeah. These people have just lost relatives. How can you be this unempathetic? And how can you be this selfish as well? Yeah, look at Battler's face. Yeah, who gives a damn about what you want? God, get out. But, yeah, it's understandable. You aren't wanted here. Erika-chan. Yeah, I'm really sorry, but could you go back to your room? Yeah, even Hideyoshi, you know, one of the nicest and most welcoming people there, he isn't letting you in. That's how you know. Oh, God. And, you know, how can you see people like this and then, you know, just continue your act? I mean, Jesus Christ. God, poor Eva. God.
どいてください。
Yeah, she is so unfazed by seeing, you know, somebody grieving as ridiculously much as that. Stand back.
現場検証できません。
Yeah, but the only thing is I just find it really interesting that she is basically, you know, treating herself as a detective. She's not qualified to be a detective. Actually, you don't know that. She's fucking Jessica's age. Why would she be qualified to be as a detective? Or even younger? Yeah, that is bad. Yeah, that's understandable. If it's necessary, we'll do it ourselves. The police will do it. No, but the only thing is, it is interesting that Basil is saying this investigation they're going to do themselves. Would they really? Because of the fact that they wouldn't be able to investigate anything because of the fact that they firstly have a biased viewpoint and secondly, they will turn it on each other. They really, really will. Yeah, we'll do it ourselves. The police will do it. I see that, yeah. Yeah, like hell, you have the right to bring more shame to everyone's remains than they've already endured. Oh no. What? Detective's authority.
探偵はすべての現場を検証する権利を持つ。
What? The detective has the right to inspect all the crimes. How is she speaking in red inside the game bot?
そこを
What?
どきなさい。後ろ宮バトラー。
Stand back, Ushinomiya Butler.
これは人間側に認められたゲームの正当な権利よ。
What? This is an official privilege of this game, which the human side has accepted. That is weird. The Switcher seems to be utterly ridiculous at first. Or words of power that have come from a world. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. From a world on a much higher plane than the one they were in. Yeah, exactly, this is the thing. They can never, ever. Oh my god, Basilar was thrown back by an unseen power and landed on his butt. Ow. Oh, yeah, understandable, yeah. Struck silent by this quiet intensity, no one was able to prevent Erika from entering the room. Yeah, suffocated by this bizarre atmosphere.
ご安心を。
Don't worry.
死者の尊厳を侵すことが目的ではありませんので。
My goal is not to profane the dignity of the
別
deceased.
に喉の切り口なんておぞましいもの。
Yeah.
覗きたくありませんし。
Well, you definitely sound like you're desensitized. But I just find it really, really interesting that Erika literally used the red truth inside the game. And it is interesting that, you know, when the red truth is used outside of, you know, magical contexts, it really, really gives just unknown power. I really like that. Yeah, and it is just interesting, you know, just her totally having no respect with anybody and using her power to be able to investigate herself. It's a selfish desire, but at the same time, I really do wonder, because the thing is, obviously she wants the culprit to actually be found out to satisfy her intellect. So, you know, I do wonder if that could potentially have a good effect. But at the same time, what if it has a bad effect? And how the fuck is Natsuhi the culprit, by the way? Genuinely. That's what she said in the beginning. The human side is accepted though. That really, really surprises me. I wonder how that's actually happened. Yeah.
私が知りたいのはもっと別のことです。
I want to know something different.
つまり、この殺人を誰が行ったかです。
And by doing that, you're probably going to be able to find out. You're going to look through motive. What about Natsuhi's potential motive? I wonder. Yeah, Natsuhi and Kraus are fucked. In other words, who committed these murders?
先生、それから皆さん、
I asked Dr. Nanjo and everyone else too.
特に第一発見者のバトラさん、
Yeah, and in particular, the first one to discover them, Batola-san. Yeah.
いろいろとお尋ねしたいことがありますので、ご協力をお願いします。
There are many things I want to question you about, so I request your cooperation.
だから何の権限があってだよ。
I agree, yeah. Like I said, by what authority are you doing this?
私が探偵だからよ。
Hang on a second, what? Wait. He has literally been transported to the game book because I'm the detective. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. I just find it genuinely so surprising to think that Battler has... Oh, that's interesting that the red is being said through Burns' mouth. That does make a little bit more sense as to how it was actually said. I just genuinely can't believe that these witches can literally use their own words and voice them through other people. Like I said, voice actor material. I don't think I said that, but Lambda did actually. I didn't, but still, you get what I mean. Battler couldn't argue against this incomprehensible nonsense. Yeah, exactly. He is just way too powerless as a mere human being. No, he wasn't permitted to argue. It was a restriction placed on people. Yeah, definitely. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Erika summoned Dr. Nanjo and heard the details of his preliminary examination of the corpses. Normally, he wouldn't have spoken of that to an outsider so casually. Yeah, definitely, but she has authority. Yes, agreed, yeah. However, for some reason, the atmosphere about the place had become one in which hiding things from Erika was forbidden. Yeah. It is interesting to think that Erika... Yeah, definitely, yeah. Okay, let's enjoy the first twilight of Lambdas. 4 corpses. Yeah, why 4? That's 4 corpses short. Yeah, I know, seriously.
6人殺す義務もないわけだけど、そういう遊びだしね。
Yeah, well, she doesn't necessarily need to have 6 people killed, but that's how we've been playing.
空気読める子だから、
Agreed,
あと2人も
yeah.
どこかで殺してるに違いないわ。
That girl wasn't completely clueless, so she must have killed 2 more people somewhere. On the wall was a magic circle representing the first Twilight, similar to the ones in Berdor's games. Yeah. Yeah, I do wonder, that girl talks tough, but I just wonder how closely she will be able to imitate Berdor. God, you know shit is weird when even, the little voice inside her head that echoes all of her thoughts is laughing insanely. And that Hubris sure is crappy. It isn't exactly written right. Yeah, no, I see that actually. Yeah, because obviously, if we get the episode 1 magical circle, no, it does look different. I see that. Wow. Oh, it's a 7 sexy poetry. I didn't expect that. What the heck? What's going on? Why is there a magic circle? So it's Mobius. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, I bet they wanted to copy Beatrice Summer. What a crappy magic circle. And that's actually really quite funny that the magic circles are really, really bad. So as a result, they just genuinely think that the botched job is just an entire... It's kind of like a fake. This isn't just a copycat.
人間の誰かがベアトリーチェ様の仕業に見せかけるためにわざわざ書いたんだわ。
Some human went out of their way to draw that so that they could make it look like Beatrice Summer did this.
とにかくベアトリーチェ様に報告を。
Oh no, that's hopeless. Anyway, let's report to Beatrice Summer about this.
ゴールドスミスの秘密を守る仕事だけでもお腹いっぱいなのに、迷惑な話ね。
Yeah, definitely, yeah. All of that effort is just going to be entirely disregarded. Even though we're already up to our eyeballs just protecting Goldsmith's secret, what a pain. My god, look at Asmodeus, she looks mad! These matters have no beauty to them at all. Yeah, I see that. I don't disagree with that whatsoever. But at the same time, Lambda knows what she is doing. Like, Bernard's saying, she wouldn't be that stupid, would she? It isn't really a close room and there's nothing impossible about it. No, but I see that, yeah. Such pitiable murders aren't worthy of Beatrice Summer at all. Furudo Erika. I like that. An unexpected crime and an unexpected woman. Yeah, it's just really interesting to think that there is no man from 19 years ago. And the unexpected man from 19 years ago.
今回のゲームは普段とまる
Agreed,
で違う
yeah. And if you add in the fact that Battle has already solved the epitaph, this game is completely different from normal.
何がどうなってるの
What the heck's going on?
行くわよ
Let's go. Yeah, that is interesting that the Seven Snakes of Purgatory, they actually report to Beatrice, so obviously they're part of each game board and they can actually step outside the game board if they wanted to, but obviously now they've got nobody to summon them. Yeah, it is interesting, that. By the way, I kind of get the impression that these murders are simple, but then the next two murders are going to make it so that these murders just seem entirely impossible. I don't know how, but I just feel like that's going to happen. That is, if they have actually done 2 more killings. We don't necessarily know whether they have or not. That really is interesting that you could make it so that this assumption could be a denial of Beatrice. Yeah, fair. Yes, on air summer. Right, I do wonder. Right, I wonder what this is actually going to be. Ooh, it's Gorda. Oh, yeah, well, I don't really... Could you imagine if he actually discovers a body? In the kitchen, Gorda was preparing a wonderful breakfast at a brisk pace. I don't know, this just feels too unnecessarily peaceful. Genuinely, it just feels too contrasting. The main dish would be herb omelets. Oh my god. Even simple foods could become an invigorating feast under Gorda's skillful hand. Agreed, yeah. He would pre-cook everything beforehand and prepare the food in the dining hall. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, right before everyone's eyes. Isn't it just so happy to obviously see how much he enjoys this job and how passionate he feels about it? But isn't it so sad to think about what the fuck is going to happen next? Oh. Right, we've got to search it up. What is a herb? Well, obviously it's obvious what a herb omelette is. I'm just curious as to what it looks like. Looks quite nice. Dude, I would fucking love it if browsers weren't so shit these days. Or at least some of them weren't, i.e. the Windows integrated search. Yeah, Gorda hummed as he continued his work in high spirits. Shannon's alive, right? When Shannon, who was helping out, saw Gorda like this. Ah, yeah, her mood also... yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, I mean, even though Shannon doesn't really have the best relationship with Gorda, it's still just really positive to see. Yeah, she arranged the salad in a neat little pattern and showed it to Gorda. Oh, nice. How's this? I think it makes the tomato look a bit cute. Very nice. Ah, you really know what you're doing, Shannon-san. God, he really is. He really is quite sweet. Yeah. The two happy people gave each other a high five. That's really quite nice. Well, I don't really think they're going to be happy for longer. Shana didn't like Gordo when he was sneaky, but she had no problems at all with him when he was cooking happily. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, she sometimes even thought it would be nice if his contract hadn't included any jobs with side cooking. Yeah, that's understandable actually, because obviously if this was the only Gordo that, you know, she had to deal with, that would be brilliant. If that had been the case, he wouldn't have had to get into a bad mood doing unnecessary jobs. Yeah, fair. Kumasawa's alive? What about Genji? The dining hall is ready. Nice, you can carry it in whenever you want. We're almost good to go, so please get the serving cart ready. Oh god, I wonder what he's going to think when nobody is in high spirits. Without thinking, even Kumasawa. Oh yeah, God has high spirits. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's horrible. Yeah. The kitchen had a very nice smell and atmosphere about it. Oh, I can imagine that. I would love to have a herb omelette. That must be so nice. Truly refreshing for so early in the morning. Oh boy. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Oh my god, I wonder if he's actually got news. Then Konon came back, grumpy, even this early in the morning, just like he always was. Ah. That's really odd. Konon and Genji were in charge of getting many things ready for the morning, such as opening the curtains. How the fuck is both of them alive? What? How? Oh, maybe Genji could be dead. If Genji and Kinzo are dead, makes sense. Everything makes sense. What about Nanjo? Oh, sorry, Natsumi and Kraus, by the way. We can't forget about them. However, Konon was alone today, so it would take him much longer than usual. Yeah, interesting that he's alone. I'm done. Where's Genji-sama? Yeah, he still isn't. He's dead. That's odd. Oh, he would not sleep in. No, he doesn't. Not in a day that is important as this. No, he's dead. Yeah, exactly. You really think somebody as disciplined as Genji would do that? No way. That's rather careless of him, considering that this is the middle of the family conference. Konon-san. Oh, could you wake him for us? Yes. Well, I mean, obviously now, beforehand it would look obviously really quite innocent, and maybe I don't know, because obviously we've never really seen a fun side to Genji. He's always really, really composed. I don't know. Oh, well, I don't really think you're going to be seeing something that's going to exactly make you retain that happy mood, let's just say. Even though Gordo had asked her to get the serving cart ready. Oh my god, no, I know. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, that's a pretty good strategy. Even though Gordo had asked her to get the serving cart ready, Kumasawa plodded off after Konon, slyly skipping work. As Konon muttered about how Gordo was the one who slept in all the time. Oh, he did? Oh my god. He headed for the servant waiting room. God. Oh boy. So you didn't wake him up this morning, Konon-san? Yeah, it's actually really quite surprising. Oh yeah, that's annoying. Last night I fell asleep while still in the servant room, so I didn't return to the waiting room. Yeah, last night Konon had dozed off while in the middle of his late night shift. Oh, that's hilarious, falling asleep in the servant room. Oh, yeah, brilliant. Yeah, obviously, completely disregard what's actually happening. Someone had been kind enough to put a blanket on him, put a blanket on him, but that just made it so warm that he fell into an even deeper sleep. I see. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, so he hadn't returned to his bed in the servant waiting room the previous night. Yeah, so he hadn't actually been able to wake up Genji. Really quite convenient for the killer. Yeah, because of that, he hadn't met Genji even once this morning. Yeah, there was a knock on the door. Genji-sama. It's Kanon. Good morning. Well, I don't really think you're going to get a response. Oh, I wonder too. Pardon me. Oh boy, when he tried to open the door. Kanon noticed something strange on the upper part of it. What's that? Packing tape. Huh? A small strip of packing tape was stuck along the frame of the door. That's really weird, almost as though it was sealing the door shut. Furthermore, they were not just made with scissors along the centre of the packing tape. What? So that if you open the door only a slight amount, it would be torn apart. Also, written softly across the packing tape with a thin pen was what appeared to be someone's signature. It was written in a very intricate and decorative manner. So even if it was a signature, there was no way of telling whose it was. It's probably some sort of... That is weird. Yeah, definitely, yeah, and obviously it wouldn't be something that Genji would do. I don't get it, but it's no use worrying about it now. Genji-sama. Pardon me. Oh, God. Right, this is going to be really, really interesting. I wonder if Eddie Car's going to be there. Maybe this packing tape is tape of some sort of... It's basically police tape, but for people who aren't employed in the police force, really. This is just low-budget crime scene tape. I wonder. Yeah, that is interesting. Now they are going to realise why the packing tape was actually there. The packing tape tore apart and he opened the door. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, it wasn't as though anything had happened when it split, so the two quickly forgot about that strange tape. Oh boy. Oh my God, yeah, the room was dimly lit. The lower bed of the two-level bunk bed still had a lump under the blanket. Oh yeah, apparently Genji was still sleeping. Good morning, Genji-sama. Well, you will realise why this isn't like you. This morning. Somebody's discovered it. Yeah. Yeah, there was a large red-black stain on the blanket. Oh my God, yeah, it's ironic that, yeah, even the servants' blankets were always kept clean. A stain like that definitely shouldn't have been on. Oh yeah, definitely not, no way, yeah, Kanon. Oh God, worst mistake of his life. Kanon hesitantly peeled back Genji's blanket. Saw what was left of it. Oh my God, yeah, that is a, yeah, fair. Was shocked into silence. Yeah. What the heck? Seriously though, yeah, his neck's been cut open. It's thin. That is fair, yeah. You wouldn't be able to leave a cut this deep without a fairly long blade.
どういうことよ。
What's going on?
気分の謎をバトラが解いたんでしょ。
That's how to solve the riddle with the epitaph,
どう
right?
して殺人が起こるわけ？
No, I couldn't agree more though. That is actually a really good question. But at the same time, this is the thing about Beatrice's game board. It no longer belongs to her, so why are her game board rules followed? Yeah, I don't know.
いずれにせよ、厄介なことになるぞ。
In any event, this isn't
ベ
good.
アトリーチェ様とナツヒ様にご報告申し上げた方がいい。
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. What about Natsuhi? Is she alive? Well, yes, she is, but what about Kraus? We should report this to Beatrice-sama and Natsuhi-sama.
ベルフェは急いでルシネーに報告を。
Belva. Hurry and report to Lucy Nair.
心得た。
Yeah, understood. Yeah, after dashing out Kumasawa called Gordon Shun on over. Oh, God, yeah. Then this new pair. Understandable. And isn't it just so horrible to think that, you know, these people were so happy initially, but now this has happened. Then this new pair let out screams identical to the first two. Yeah, fair.
ちょっとゴーダー、朝食の準備をサボっちゃダメ。
Don't stop making breakfast, Gordon.
そんなこと言ってる場合じゃないでしょ。
Seriously, yeah! Is now really the time to be saying that? And if anything, you're literally just viewing the game board. Are you really going to be able to eat any of it? Well, to be fair, you could actually.
2日目の朝食は決して静かに取れ
Oh
やしな
god,
い。
no. They never do. No way. Or if they do, they're naive. Yeah, there's no chance they'll have a quiet and peaceful breakfast on the second day. Yeah,
嫌な予感がする。
I have a bad feeling about this.
源氏だけで済まないかもしれない。
Oh god, no, no way. Genji might not be the
屋
only
敷
one.
内を確認するわよ。他にも何か起こっているかもしれない。
Oh yeah, I think something has happened. Yeah, let's check the entire mansion. Something else might have happened. What about Kraus?
お姉様、
Kraus is the only person we don't know about. Oh boy. It's either Kraus or Kinzo. Oh yeah, that's interesting, Natsuhi. By the way, I really love this dim lighting and how it just looks totally nightmarish and dead. It looks dead. And it really looks eerie as well. It just looks so emotionless and gloomy and just dull. So much so that it's unsettling. You know, it's not fully... Sorry, I can't really concentrate on what I'm saying. This phone sounds really annoying. Right, this is going to be interesting. Natsuhi sprang awake at the sudden sound of the phone. Oh, yeah, even Natsuhi was surprised that she'd woken up. Well, to be fair, the sound of the phone is probably really quite a prominent one. She thought that she'd spent the whole night unable to sleep out of fear that the mysterious... Oh, yeah, understandable. Isn't it just so horrible to think that this man is Lambda? Genuinely. Yeah, well, lucky that wasn't her worst mistake, but she dozed off before she knew it. Of course, Natsuhi still didn't feel rested at all. Yeah, though she still groaned from the dull pain in her head, which hadn't gone away since... Oh, God, yeah, she managed to get out of bed. Right, I really wonder who's going to be on the phone.
おはようございます、夏日様。
Oh boy, here is where her day... She's not even got... Well, she's barely just got out of bed, and yet her day is going to totally be fucked. Morning.
最悪の朝です。
Oh my god, seriously, yeah, and she doesn't even realise why. And what a horrible morning it is. Don't worry.
誰も部屋へ立ち入ろうとはしませんでした。
Yeah, no one tried to enter this room.
そう。
I see.
不審番をありがとう。
That is good. Yeah, thank you for keeping watch all night. Even so, that didn't mean she'd been able to sleep peacefully. Oh yeah, understandable, yeah. The continued ringing of the phone made her headache throb even more strongly. Yeah, she should really answer it.
電話にお出になられた方がよろしいかと。
Yeah, I think you should probably answer the phone.
あと、良くないご報告が妹たちから。
And then I've got some bad news to report from myself. Oh my god, I really want to know about Kraus.
良くない報告は後にします。
Yes, good decision. Let's leave the bad news for later.
先に電話を取ります。
God, I really wonder what this is going to be. Could you imagine if it's just something so overwhelmingly bad that, you know, she doesn't want to hear the bad news? They're going to have to tell her eventually. So, You know, how is she going to be able to just stomach this amount of bad information? I wonder. Natsuhi shook her head to wake herself and picked up the receiver. Oh, then she regretted not listening to Lucifer's bad news first. Because she wanted the first thing she heard on this horrible warning to be something better than this. Oh, understandable. How the fuck is this Lambda's voice? Genuinely! Morning, mother. Yeah, so basically just a complete creepy ped. Did you sleep well? Yeah, that voice told her that this horrible morning, this nightmare... Oh, yeah, definitely not. Yeah, would not stop. Yeah. Yeah, I kept my promise. I've been holed up in this room the whole time. Of course, I haven't been on the phone either. Now, I really do wonder, you know, this indicates that obviously she doesn't really know what the bad news is, and that the bad news could potentially be something regarding her, but, yeah, I think it's going to be something a little bit worse. But you called? What? But you did just pick up the phone now, did you not? No, is this going to be an excuse to kill her? Oh shit. God, you are horrible. Just kidding. Oh yes, I'm sure. Oh yeah, this is what people who love their mothers always do. Yeah, sure, man. This is just a morning call I'm giving my beloved mother. Morning, mother. Yeah, it is just so interesting to feel, you know, all of the laughing. It now makes sense. I like that. Yeah, how far do you intend to mock me? Natsuhi gripped the receiver so hard it creaked. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that is understandable though. Yeah, quite literally. I wanted you to leave your seat so that I could set up for the party. Thanks to that, everything is ready now. Oh, yeah, that does make sense because obviously we saw in the beginning that Erika was actually going to make it so that Natsuhi is the one who is suspected of murder. Of course, you were the main guest, mother. Yeah, what are you planning to do? That is for you to look forward to. Look forward? Fuck off. Well, yeah, because of the fact that the 7 stakes of purgatory are literally going to tell you what the game is going to be, what she should look forward to. Don't worry, I will not keep you waiting. Yeah, it has already begun. Alright, wait a sec. There is someone I want you to hear. Huh? There was the sound of the receiver being jolted around. Oh, that's interesting. The phone was apparently being passed to someone else, but there was a clunking, clattering noise. As though it was taking a lot of effort to hand the receiver over. Yeah, that is a really good question though, genuinely. Who in the world could he be giving the phone to? No matter who this man gives the phone to, that can't be good news for me. Oh, no, I don't disagree. Oh my god. No. Oh, untie me. Coward. Wow. That is so cruel. How, like Natsuhi said, how far do you intend to mock her? Jesus Christ. Dude. Yeah, that's the worst thing because obviously it is Kraus. God. Untie it. It was without a doubt the voice of her. I know, yeah, the voice of her husband. However, he didn't respond to Natsuhi's voice. Yeah, because obviously he is in such an emergency-like situation of his own. Yeah, perhaps he was bound somewhere in the darkness. Yeah, Kraus, not realizing that Natsuhi was on the other end of the phone, repeatedly demanded that he'd been... Your husband is here. Oh my god. What the fuck? His ears and eyes are covered, so you won't be able to talk. Oh yeah, perfect health. Jesus Christ, what is your definition of perfect health? But I think you can tell he's in perfect health. Oh my god, seriously, yeah, her husband is literally being threatened by this person. And now I can definitely see why the bad news was something she wanted told to her beforehand. Fucking hell. What are you after? Yeah, this is the worst thing. The husband is completely at his mercy. You really think he's going to be let go of? What? I'll let him go to... What? He's not going to be killed? I'll let him go tomorrow. Oh, if you keep two promises, that's scary. What are they? Makes sense. Yeah, one is that you keep it a secret that I have your husband in my care. Yeah, that's interesting. The beginning is starting to make more and more sense. There will probably be a fuss when they are unable to find Kraus anywhere in the mansion. Yeah, but you know nothing, so you will say nothing. Understand? That's so horrible. I mean, yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's scary. What's your other condition? Oh, just a little game. At 1 AM today? That is weird. At 1 today, you will go into the foremost guest room on the first floor of the mansion and hide in the closet. A guest room? No, I know. Is it incrimination? Why should I go into a closet? Just a little hide and seek. What the fuck is the point of this? If you can hide there without an hour without anyone finding you, you win. Yeah, but what do you do if somebody finds you hiding after a murder? Well, multiple murders have literally occurred. It's interesting that this person is... Well, it's interesting that Lambda is not telling her about the fact that multiple murders have existed whatsoever. Yeah, if someone finds you, you lose. And if I lose... Yeah, what happens? Nothing in particular. Is that not what playing is all about? Jesus Christ. If you play along with this hide and seek, I will release your husband tomorrow. Will you really? This is going to lead to something really, really bad. Let's be honest here. Will you really keep that promise, I wonder? Why do you think Lambda would keep a promise? I'm sorry, but no way. Make sure you do too, Mullet. Yeah, and I don't disagree whatsoever. That's absurd. If you break our promise, I will know right away. Oh, that's interesting. At the time, there was suddenly a loud knock on the door to Natsuhi's room. Her heart leapt. Automatic. Oh yeah, understandable, yeah. Madam, are you there? Yeah, of course it's Connor. That's going to be really interesting. I wonder what he's going to say. I mean, you know, how Natsuhi's going to react as well. Holy fuck. This is such a weird little game. Yeah. I just find it so ironic that this person here, who is basically masquerading as, you know, Natsuhi's son, playing the most dirty move, you know, Lambda, I can just so see, you know, the childish aspect of her in places like this. Madam, are you there? Good morning. Yes, Gordon Cannon. Yeah, madam, please wake up. The voice is coming from across the door where Cannon and Gordas. The knock have been wild, and the voice is a little shrill. Yeah, but it seems that something strange had happened, and that they were agitated. Definitely, yeah. What is it? Did something happen? No, it's nothing. Oh no, it is something. It looks like the servants have arrived. I'm hanging up. Sure. I've said everything I wanted to. Interesting. Right, I really do wonder what's actually going to happen. Whatever this is, it's going to incriminate Natsuhi 100%. So do not break our promise. I understand. Oh, yeah, good one. Yeah, and you don't break our promise either. You have it wrong. That is for you to decide, mother. Do not make me break my promise. That is so interesting. Oh my god, yeah, because obviously this person has just entirely changed their voice. Oh my god, so Natsuhi's realizing just how much she has understandably been tricked. Oh my god, I love this. Lambda, what the fuck would Lambda do on the internet? Oh my god. Right, Lambda Delta, if she was in the internet, she would be probably on despicable sites that are very illegal. But aside from that, she would be an Omegle live troller. Bet you anything. I will be watching you all day today, mother. Oh, yeah, it is understandable that the phone has been hung down. Loads of gold. Jesus, yeah, Lambda Delta slammed the receiver down on the antique phone. Then the phone exploded into bits and became a golden splash. Then a cloud of gold butterflies. And then does it? Oh my god, of course. Yeah, whatever this is really, really going to make her in a horrible situation. Dance with me, Natsuhi. Dance in fear of your sin 19 years ago. My turn's going pretty well. Ooh, okay, your turn now, but regarding Eddie Car, probably. Ooh, new theme. Ooh. Sounds like it has potential, this song. I like it already, but how's it gonna... Is it gonna break? Yeah, this is good. Right. Oh my god. Okay. So, I'm sure this is a waste of time, but let me confirm whether the correspondence with the outside... yeah, ironic that Lambda didn't actually answer whether the phone call was real or not. Yeah, I'm sure this is a waste of time, but let me confirm whether correspondence with the outside world, including reporting this to the police, is possible or not. Yeah, ironic that. Yeah, and then there's the mystery of how the hell was the phone line actually connected to that other person. Yeah, it's impossible to make use of the external line. Yeah, looks like you can make use of the internal line. Yeah, it's impossible to use a boat inside the Typhoon. Yeah, I guess the closed circle is complete now.
これでベルンが完全に探偵に昇格ね。
Fair enough, actually. Her intuition is really, really going to be dependent on the status of this game. Sorry, the other way around, but still. Yeah, congrats, you're a full detective now, Burn. When the police intervene, they sometimes steal some of the detective's authority. Yeah. However, with the construction of the closed circle, the existence of the police have been... yeah, definitely. It's been denied for all eternity. Well, quite literally, because these people... It's the last day of everyone's lives. Yeah, from now on, the authority of the detective piece will be totally guaranteed. Yeah, definitely. There's no way... There's no way the authority can actually be lowered. I see that. Yeah, thanks a bunch. Yeah, then I guess it's time to get this game started. Erika, you're the main character. Now begin. Yeah. Right, I'll just check something real quick. Right, okay, so I think I'm probably going to stop reading tonight, and, yeah, we'll probably make use of Erika. We'll see what, actually happens with Erika tomorrow, but this note was actually, it wasn't shown in the 07th mod, but this is interesting. The fact that Burn Castle actually made that duct tape, and, you know, Furudo Erika as well. I think that says E.Furudo. I don't know. It looks more like a G. I don't know. But yeah, that's really, really interesting. The fact that, you know, it just totally shows that, you know, Furudo Erika is the one who is investigating the scene and the one who has total power over it. Oh yeah, let's read these. Only 5, interestingly enough. God. Brutal. Right, well, that was really quite cool today, and, oh, it was just really quite funny just to see the identity of the killer, and, you know, obviously to see more stuff regarding Lambda. That was also really cool, and, you know, just in general to see the potential that this has. I mean, my God, we've all got the murders now, and I will never, ever forget the reaction I felt, you know, just when I saw George's murder, and, you know, the severe sense of complete nightmare I had, and oh my God, it was so good. And yeah, it was just really, really interesting seeing more, you know, regarding Beatrice not actually being on the game board and how that just totally affects everything, and, you know, Battler's reaction as well. I like that. And also it was just really quite cool to see, you know, in the beginning the stuff regarding Natsuhi, and you know, I just genuinely wonder what is actually going to happen regarding Natsuhi, because I mean, I feel like Natsuhi is the character with potential, just, I don't know, to kind of have moments like Noza had in episode 2, but I don't know, I feel like they're going to be a little bit better. I don't know, she just has a lot of potential for complete tragedy. It was interesting about learning her story and just, you know, trying to interpret, like, you know, whether you think it's human or magic, like, which one do you believe in? Which one do you want to believe in as well? That's the bigger question. Yeah, it really is an interesting question, and, yeah, I do wonder. I will always wonder what is going to happen when we're going to be able to hear banger music, i.e. Patchwork Jimera, Resurrected Replayer. I want to hear those to death. But, yeah. Man, that was fun today. So, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And tomorrow, I'm really excited to see Furudo Erika's detective skills at work. That's gonna be really cool. So, yeah, see you then.